Two key inflation prints incoming here. August PPI on a month-over-month basis about to come through. 2.6% I'm seeing here versus 3.3% on the forecast. Again, downside hasn't populated on the screen, just hearing it in my ear here. US PPI year over year again, 2.6 versus a forecast 3.3%. on the headline number, so better than expected, negative 0.1% there on the month over month, you can see. So that should help things out as far as the market is concerned. There's the headline number, 2.6%. This forecast had it at 3.4. Coming up a little bit later this morning, we'll get wholesale inventories for July at 10 o'clock. It's Wednesday, so energy data day, 10:30, stand by for that. There's the overall market, yeah, liking that. Better than expected number to the upside we go for the Nasdaq 2-3 days in a row here. Number of individual movers to talk about this morning. The biggest one, I sat down this morning and said, sorry, Oracle's up 32%. What a move.
Apparently, Larry Ellison had the biggest net worth increase in 24 hours, beating Elon from last April. So good competition there.
Yeah.
What a move, Brendan.
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, better than expected right across the board as far as the numbers are concerned. Just seeing here, negative 0.1 on the month-over-month PPI print. The expectation was 0.3 to the upside, so much better than expected. Again, CPI going to be the bigger mover or potential bigger mover for the overall market coming up tomorrow morning. Make sure you're with us at 8:30 for that as well. IPOs back on the mind as well this morning. We'll get Klarna today. The past two in a row here have been pretty exciting.
That's going to be really big, Brendo. Hopefully it's more sustained than the Figma IPO, which kind of dilly-dallied as well. Lots to talk about today, guys. As Brendo mentioned, Oracle in focus, up over 31%. Apple coming off its iPhone release. We'll have more to say about that. In GameStop to the tune of 9% in Greensville over here. Good report there as they continue to add crypto onto the balance sheet. Chewy down. It looks like it's going to be SSR here, Brendo, already 10%. And then we were talking about earlier, SNPS, all sorts of red drop, and almost, I think it's down $150 here. Synopsys, Brendo, taking it on the chin.
Unbelievable, yeah. Pushing, I mean, it could be $200 by the time the day is over here. But I want to mention Joby. You and I have been kind of keeping an eye on Joby over the past year or so as it continues to get closer and closer towards some sort of realization, teaming up with Lyft here in a future bid, I guess, for electric helicopter rides on Lyft.
Yeah, we got the proof of concept last time. Remember, we did that, whatever, I think it was like a 10-15 minute test, and it sold off aggressively. And I'm involved in the name, full disclosure. Yeah. So I was kind of like, was the market not impressed with the range? Was this worse than expected? You know, to me, it seems fantastic. They got the Dubai thing going on there. We'll have to see how this report goes, but already up here, Brendo, nicely in the pre-market.
Yeah, my mistake. It's actually Uber. There is a Lyft headline this morning as well. They're doing the same thing in New York City, but this is the actual headline here. It's Uber, not Lyft, for Joby, but pushing 1450 already. Looks great. To the upside for the eVTOL world, the next thing that could possibly pop up on your ride home if you are out at night. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that. Yeah, especially from the helicopter. I mean, you and I were talking about that. Coming home from the airport in Toronto was a nightmare. So 15 minutes, that would be fantastic.
So good.
Lots coming up this morning, guys. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah. Well, I mean, guide big or go home, Oracle. Why not? Like it's not often that you see a company which will
Oracle is off,
which will miss on top and bottom, and then all of a sudden they start throwing that guidance out there, and they're talking about like doubling up some of that growth year over year. It's just it kind of leaves you speechless because there's just nobody, there's no realm of expectation that would have seen 31% for Oracle. Like you're thinking like good would have been 10, spectacular would have been 15, but yeah, off the races. As good as this was, not so bad for Synopsys as well. And then Klarna today, the big IPO, probably doesn't open up for a while, but we'll be locked and loaded, ready for that one. It's all about the hype IPOs, 25 times oversubscribed. And the best thing about Oracle, though, is the rising...
Is that what it is, 25 times?
25 times oversubscribed. But the best thing about Oracle is the rising tide lifts all ships. Like, everything else is up. CoreWeave's up 11%. Big day yesterday, up again today, 11%. NVIDIA's up 3 points. I mean, arms up. Like, just, like, if you're related to AI, you're having a good day today for sure. So, yeah, Oracle story. You're going to like that. We like that light, that PPI number coming in light, looking pretty good as well. There's not much to point to negative unless you're on the back end of some of that crypto treasury stuff or Synopsys. Oh, Chewy's down, I guess.
Well, welcome. Happy Wednesday to everybody. But at the end of the day, oops, my stream deck's not working. It's coming in, that's my fault. It's coming into all-time highs is what I was gonna say here today for everything. The Nasdaq's at all-time highs today. There it is right here, the TQQs. Formerly all-time high 583.32. And right now you're at 584 and change. So here's the triple Qs. I was actually at GME just up right now. Here it is, hit the sign right there. Here's the triple Qs right now. 584. So we've taken out all-time high levels on that. Let's see what the all-time high level is on the S&P 500. I believe we've overtaken that as well. So all the haters in this market, yeah, 650. There it is right here. Not that there is any. 652.21 right there. 654. So we're over right now all-time highs. So congratulations to everybody that's held along or holding some of these tech names, but hey, it doesn't have to all be tech, right? GameStop, let's go. Congratulations to everybody going to the moon on this one. Now you get a special warrant. We'll see if it gets to $32 and if you want to exercise that. So that's coming out too today. We'll talk about what's going on with GameStop. Double beats, Oracle double miss. GME double beat, right? So here we go. Who would have thought that? Either way, both stocks absolutely blasting. That revenue number on Oracle is insane, that $144 billion in 5 years. But GameStop right now holding quite nicely that 22 on the daily, and now we start to pop through and get above that 200, it looks like right now on the daily for GameStop. So yeah, 25, 26 bucks. Was a great aftermarket report there, and we had a great aftermarket show. We had Brian Shannon on. That was killer. And yeah, now it's like free all these tech names, man. Even Bitcoin right now, 113.4. So that's just starting to take off right now as I look and see what's going on here. There goes what happened to crypto right now. Bang! Right there, a nice little move to the upside. You know, there's a couple even treasuries again, right? That CWD is starting to go again. So there we go. BMNR is going like, I don't know, everything's
Everything
going.
rally.
Right now, this is an all hands on deck rally right now. Palantir
Rally caps on.
Gets a move today as well. 167.50, up 2% and change. Up 3%. Look, there's that what? Well, obviously we got that PPI. So
yeah.
Just review that real quick here. Brendan had it. There it is right there. Core PPI for August year over year. 2.8 versus 3.5, so much lower there. They were looking at 3.4 prior. And the actual hot number that came out at 9:30 was right here. PPI month over month for August, minus 0.1 versus 0.3. So I'm pretty sure we've already got the interest rates locked in there for the change. But now do we get half a percentage point? More likely it was about 10% yesterday. So we'll see what's going on there. But
you got to figure that's going up. You almost has to go up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're doing half a point, man. I mean, we only have right now, it's a week today.
Exactly.
It's a week today until Fed. So we'll see what's going on there. But yeah, I just saw someone in the chat. What's up, Michael Baldwin? He says, "Hey Zeus, is everything going green?" Like right into here in the chat, right? So what's up to Hey Zeus here? But yeah, I was just gonna say that's the problem right now. The shorts kind of scrambling. Shout out to everybody. Hey, it's that Tinder. What's going on? Tinder Jeet there from yesterday. But yeah, look, everything is just going higher here, led by Oracle. I mean, these guys put out that number, 144 billion in revenues in the next couple of years, growing at an average rate of what was it, 70% or something like that. We just keep on getting higher. The one thing that I don't understand is why is Google using Oracle's cloud? That's what I don't understand, but. I don't understand the business as well as I should, but a lot
Same
of
way CoreWeave gets to be in business as well.
It's new AI contract.
Everything's intertwined. Oh, and we forgot about Robinhood. Robinhood all-time highs as well. So fintech as well. Robinhood had their event last night.
Oh yeah, they had some cool things to say.
Yeah, so that's it's yet another rising tide lifting all ships. They hit 120. Well, actually, no, that's a dark pool print. Okay, so it looks like 120 still has to break out there on Robinhood, but
I was looking at it on Blue Ocean, just on the website, like Yahoo Finance. It was up to 120.
Yeah, Blue Ocean has been wild for anyone. If you're at real trading, the opportunities in the aftermarket are certainly, well, I mean, to anybody that trades in Blue Ocean, because we talk about momentum all the time, but like, look at how clean some of these moves are. Like that's a pretty clean breakout. That's a pretty clean breakout, a dip into a prior high. Like, these are pretty solid moves. Obviously, not every stock does volume in the pre-market, or sorry, in the post-market on Blue Ocean, but you can expect after an event, you're going to see this move. Obviously, on Oracle probably was pretty solid last night as well. But yeah, pretty clean uptrend there, and hitting 121.7.
Yo, Randy, what's going on? Yeah, you probably don't get to see Randy. You just got to trust me that it's Randy.
It could be anybody.
It could be anybody. Actually, it's not Randy. Actually, it's Joe. So, oh no, got the beard. Oh no, he just gave show everybody the beard there. Yeah, let's just find out who's making money yesterday, Randy, because maybe these guys could buy some pulled pork or some brisket for us there yesterday. So someone in here at Real Trading, this is from Real Trading's website. They post the top 10 traders. So here we go. We got Nasdaq trader 22,000. Maybe he's trading some Tesla and biscuits over there. Canada, someone put out $9 grand. Nasdaq 8, 7, going down as we go. New York and Nasdaq. Nothing too exotic yesterday, but some good numbers put up there, and I hope someone was able to join that party. We had some crazy runners yesterday, Randy, in the crypto space, so we'll see if we can have that today. And I don't know if you've ever heard of a company called Oracle before? A little bit. They're only up 31%.
That's all right.
Only? Yeah, and at all-time highs right now, and absolute news, yeah, just a little bit of news, yeah.
Tiny.
Yeah, Larry is like now the second richest man in the world, I'm pretty sure, right there behind Elon. But there we go, man. Huge move to the upside again as we break out of all-time highs on new cloud deals. So. Yeah, he has about 10 yachts right now, so we'll figure out what's going on with Larry. What's going on with Larry? Yeah, he goes big fish hunting, so that's for sure. But yeah, so okay. Look, really excited to bring you guys another big show today. Lots of stuff happening around. We got our coffees in place. We got the Green Bay Packers getting ready to beat up the Washington Redskins, Commanders there. Football.
I almost said Nationals. I'm like, what are they again?
I know. It's one of those things. Trump was doing some sort of a thing where he was trying to get those names back.
Yeah, I got to actually, for the Packers, I have to decide what I'm doing with my tight end this week.
Oh, Kraft?
Because
yeah, I think he'll get some.
Yeah, but Kincaid beat him and seemed like
did he? Okay.
Kincaid might get a few more looks. I don't know. I might stick with Kraft because I like having guys during the prime time games. I got no one else going.
I would, because the primetime games seem to be higher scoring.
I think so.
I don't know who Buffalo plays this week, but Jets have a good D, but it's not like Sauce Gardner is going to be on the tight end or anything.
I don't think so. But you know what? I'll probably stick with Kraft. He got a TD last.
If you have Keon Coleman, I'd sell him this week before he faces Sauce. If he faces
It's hilarious to me how much people will overreact
to week one
to one little data point. It's absolutely crazy. It never works out. It's like reacting to it's the same thing as reacting to the initial move on earnings. Yeah, how does that work out for you? If you just say whichever way it breaks first, I'm going to take that position on earnings. Let's overreact to the first move because that first move on Oracle was down. So if you took that, would have been. I mean, it looks like it would have been 240 break. You could have won if you're like the fastest trader of all time or like a bot. But that little overreaction might have got you just a wee bit hurt. Tiny bit.
Yeah, we were on the show there. We were like, oh no, Oracle's missed. And I was like, oh no, there it goes. And because they missed on the top and the bottom.
Yeah.
So they missed on EPS and on sales, but it doesn't matter. Whatever you did last quarter is done. So they're looking forward there, and it's 31% upside on Oracle. So wow, what a huge day today. Nasdaq all-time highs, S&P 500 all-time highs, gold all-time highs, Bitcoin
not
1,000 away from all-time highs.
Give it a month.
This goes to show, man, like honestly, buying Bitcoin is a great idea. There's no doubt about it. I mean, the run on Bitcoin's had is incredible. But now, you know what? Here, this could be an interesting question. In the next 5 years, what gives a bigger return, Bitcoin or the Nasdaq? I'm saying Nasdaq. And the reason why is just because I think the trajectory of Nasdaq is very consistent. Obviously, the trajectory of Bitcoin is obviously consistent as well. It's just I wonder about new money, where that's going.
Do you know why I'm picking the Nasdaq? There's a chart. And I don't remember who posted this chart, but I saw it over the weekend. And it was from the moment we got like Netscape, and it just obviously like the internet, big browser. From the moment we got like that, you looked at what the Qs did.
Right.
And then you look at from the moment that we got ChatGPT and what the Qs have done. And it seems like a crazy rally, but it's about the same thing at this point. And then it went from this point on in terms of timeline, we went parabolic after already getting a rally when the first browsers were hitting the market. So like that whole,
I would choose Ripple over everything, of course.
Well, that's the thing, and it just goes to show, like you compare it to how the internet played out. there would still be a lot of bull run to go, as crazy as that sounds. But that said, you know, I don't think you can go wrong Bitcoin. It doesn't mean I won't be trying to buy the dip. It just seems like we're not getting the dip that I wanted on Bitcoin.
I think this is the dip, but isn't this the dip?
It might have. Well, I wanted the bigger one. The
we all want to. I mean, we all want to get better.
But
prices.
I've been doing one thing on Bitcoin and one thing alone. Whoops, why is it? These guys are always changing my time frame. Like this is always a daily, and somehow it's just a 15. No, but for myself, it's been one look, and prior high that remember that 77, and then we had 77 to about the low 90s, and then into 109, and I'm kind of waiting for it to do the 2 group pullback, which is what it did before, and that's just not happening. And when it did it before, I was a buyer, and it worked out then. Still thinking that there's a chance, because you're not really breaking back out. At this point, we have held the prior high, though. So it could turn into a nibble and then wait for the 90s if you get a second load back in. But I'm just going with all the prior support to resistance stuff on Bitcoin. And it is retested from the highs, like both levels last time. It's just this time seems a little bit stronger. Anyways, let's get back up to the.
I just noticed we're the only ones I think that chose Nasdaq. I mean, everybody in the chat.
Everyone loves Bitcoin.
Bitcoin traders, but that was the other thing. I wonder if we could go back into the chat and do another poll where we show the percentage of holders of crypto in our chat, because I couldn't believe that last time it was under 50%. I wonder if it's
higher now.
I wonder if it's more now, and I wonder if it depends on when we do it, like who's watching
time
and
of
stuff
day.
like that. Like maybe I don't know if there's a thing there or not. But okay, Oracle dancing around still 320, man. GME still dancing as well. GME up 10%, so it's gonna be a good one here. While GameStop's actually now up 8%. It's actually not moving at all right now. But big move up there for GameStop. Big move for a bunch of stocks today. We're talking crypto. We're talking everything right now. Solana's 226. I told you we were buying Ripple at 280. It's now back to $3. That's why we're talking about that
we got
a little bit as well. And we got a super chat. What's it saying?
It's from Lil Razzle Dazzle. Do we think Very keeps soaring today? Almost 50% just yesterday. Well, the market is in love with AI today. And I don't wonder. There's almost no pre-market volume on this. So yeah, I mean, crazy rally yesterday for Very. And we did mention this. I think we talked about it. But I tend to see when these stocks make these big pushes, like how more often than not, you get a little bit of disappointment. Like the last time it made a move like this, it gapped up and then it closed holding the prior high, but closed essentially doing nothing. It was a consolidative day, and then it made a high 2 days after that. So on essentially no volume in this pre-market, I usually think you're probably in for some kind of a consolidation or a sideways day. It's got that $4 level in front of it. Had there been more volume in this right now, I'm looking at it, there hasn't been a single print since I pulled it up like half a minute ago. I just don't see what can take it there. It's a good looking rally, there's no question about it, and it's clearly a breakout trade. I just wonder if after big days, usually you get a little bit of gap and sideways action and a bit of disappointment, and then you get the rally later on, maybe a couple days later. I
got to say a hi to at least my mother. I know she's watching.
Hey, what up,
she says, "What's up with the glasses?" And I'm just like, yeah, it's this blue light action here. We have huge monitors, and we are like a foot and a half away from them.
No,
and,
literally a foot.
And they are very, very bright. And so I feel like the last couple of days I had a headache after sitting here. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sit. I just can't wait till Sharif and Joe have to experience this
they'll get it.
as well. But okay, so it's upgrades and downgrades right now with the man himself. It's Joey Options.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday. All right, let's take a look at some of the upgrades and downgrades. At the top of the list, we have Nike getting that price target raised to $85, neutral to buy by TD Cowen, and then I Am Gold by RBC Capital Markets getting that price target raised to $14, and then Oracle going from neutral to buy as well by BofA Securities, price target raised to $368. Now SOFI by Needham, and then now on the downgrade side, we have Synopsys getting that price target lowered to $550 by Needham as well, and then HP getting it lowered to $29 by Evercore ISI, and Acadia Healthcare by BofA Securities getting that price target lowered to $25. Now the trade desk by Morgan Stanley going from neutral to sell by Morgan Stanley, guys.
Joey upgrades. I like that one. That's a good name.
The crazy thing is, you look at everything's up 1%, up 1.5%, and then Oracle 30, and then all the downgrades. It's like Synopsys 20-something%, and the other ones are kind of nothing burgers. Well, it's one of the nothing burgers that's potentially, I don't want to jinx it or anything, but I think SoFi's got a chance to finally break that high today.
Let's go.
The rising tide is lifting all ships.
Oh, wow, that was a big candle there.
Yeah, they just. Well, everything has this candle at on the number. Like, there's pretty much nothing that is failing to participate. I'm sure, I don't know, maybe like the VIX or something would be a place, but that doesn't really count. Like $26.50-ish for SoFi for a potential breakout. And this is a continuation play from the fact that this has just been trending up. It had that earnings pullback, but it has just been slow and steady trending to the upside on SoFi into this potential high break. It won't touch the 50-period moving average. There was one little hiccup where it broke the trend line, but then essentially right away came back in. I think this has a chance to break, if not today. Heck, sometimes you overreact to the 830 number. We pull back, we go sideways, whatever. But I think this break's gonna happen this week on SoFi. And that's the ticket. And there's room to the all-time high, which is like $28 or something. Maybe just a hair under that.
I didn't even get that to today.
There's plenty of room to that. Plenty of room to get that if it breaks that today, tomorrow, or Friday.
All right, it's been a while since we've seen these two guys. Let's go back over to the desk.
We are still here, surprisingly. NBIS was that Microsoft investment we got, or announcement we got a couple days ago. Or it was after the close, and then yesterday was the initial move. An offering coming through here, $2 billion senior note offering after the Microsoft investment. So, sorry, not sorry, I guess, from NBIS.
This was a really good, yeah. Well, you're gonna price move like that, Brendo. Let's have a look at the chart. Before we got that headline yesterday, we were trading around $64. By the time the day was done, we were above 100. We're a little bit below it right now, dropping down into 89. But that's as a result of the raise. Here's the headline from yesterday, guys. It's a $19.4 billion deal with Microsoft, 17.4 of which is going to be paid through 2031, and it gives them access, obviously, to cloud, and that's really what they're basically looking at doing, right, with these advanced microprocessors, kind of like CoreWeave, and we saw CoreWeave get a bump off this headline too, Brendo.
All right, I want to talk about Apple because yesterday was kind of interesting. More so than I actually thought. Did you get a chance to watch?
I watched the entire thing when I went home, yeah.
It was more Google-esque, dare I say, than Apple typically is with this. Apple's known for their incredible hardware, and they still make incredible hardware. The actual device itself is, beautiful, very well made. There was a lot of software type, add-ons that were announced yesterday that were actually quite interesting. The camera application,
huge.
For example, like if you're taking a selfie and then two other people come in behind you, it will auto adjust to frame all three of you at the same time. I mean, it's simple things, but it's usable, simple things that you can, actually see value in on a daily basis.
Absolutely, and stuff people have been asking for. Like, for example, if you're recording a sporting event, right, you can record using the front-facing camera and the rear-facing camera.
It can be like picture-in-picture.
Exactly, and you can kind of record your action. I really like the health stuff, though, Brendo. I thought that was really good, but what really stood out to me was the changes that they made in the A19 Pro processor.
Yes.
So they made huge adjustments to the GPU, the graphic processing unit, by adding 6 neural networks. So I'm obviously very uneducated when it comes to this stuff. So I basically went in and found out, what does this actually imply Apple doing? Why would they want to increase the neural networks on the processor? And basically everything that I was able to find was on-device related inference. So they're not expanding the GPU for training. It's more of inference. So things that will run locally on the device. We talked about this earlier on with small language models. It's going to be other things as well. So I kind of wanted to get a gauge of what they were trying to achieve by making these upgrades. And that seems like that's what it's coming back to. So one has to assume then that the Apple Intelligence, I hate to use that word again, or that term, Apple Intelligence, not only is it coming soon, but it's going to be quite robust, at least from what they're trying to gauge with this processor. So.
And there's a lot of question marks around the battery situation on the Air.
Yep.
It was, the second thing they showed when they initially launched the product was an add-on battery that will attach directly to the phone. So that's not a good sign.
Well, we knew, Brando, it was going to come with a really small battery.
Yeah, and then the other thing I thought was really cool was they replaced the glass. No more broken glass on the back of your phone with a much stronger material. So I think for very, very low expectations, they came in probably above.
It was good. One thing I didn't like, though. So they did increase the price on some of the entry-level devices by $100. They didn't increase it on the Pro Max. What they did, instead of increasing that $100 like they did on the other devices, what they did was they offered you a 2 terabyte version, which is like $2,000 to start. Probably going to be $2,500 over here. Yeah. Right. So at least there's a margin expansion with respect to that product.
And I mean, we referenced it yesterday, but I think the declining incremental gains that these companies are able to get out of not only the devices themselves, but the frilly stuff, the software that actually goes into it.
Absolutely.
I think everyone's just getting used to the simple fact that, it just gets better and better and better and better. That said, this actually caught my attention more so than it has in the past couple of years.
Yeah, and I figured you'd love the health stuff as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that we got basically, they're going to be able to diagnose, according to the company, 1 million Americans who don't know they have hypertension. So you're going to be able to wear the watch, and passively it's going to be able to detect whether you have that condition or not, and you're going to be able to talk to your doctor about it. So kind of cool, in addition to many other things that they announced.
Yeah, we'll get into it deeper here coming up in a few minutes as we get into the rundown, guys. But initial thoughts here for Apple. I mean, down this morning here, it did get sold off on the event itself, but if you step back just from a consumer standpoint, it was actually kind of interesting yesterday.
Yeah, and look, I think it was sort of the usual from Apple. Like, you can tell the moment at which the presentation started. Like right in here, volume spikes, it goes up. It was right around, I don't know if it was the exact top when they mentioned the phone, but that's what it seemed like, because you saw the pricing hit, and when that information came out, it pulled right back in. It's the only thing I'm looking at that's red, essentially, that didn't report last night or have some kind of a major negative catalyst for it. And I think it just needs to get back to this prior high, 234.5. I don't know whether day one, when everything is running and it's not, is the place to buy the dip here. But when you're expecting or anticipating the old sell the news, you are looking for a bit of a sea change. It was consolidating, 240, big level on Apple. Obviously, it couldn't take that one out. I think a pullback somewhere into the low 230s, or even maybe retesting the high 220s, would be pretty healthy. I think it's a gift if you come all the way back to the 50 or 200 period moving average, and I don't think those are even remotely possible today. But if it comes back there by the end of the week or something, it's probably a really good buy there. So yeah, somewhere in that 230 range, allow it to come back in. Feel pretty good when we got the numbers the way that we wanted. More or less everything in the market looks strong. So I'm not really thinking short on Apple or anything. I just think you have to be very patient. Expected a bit of a buy the dip scenario could come into play after the event. Maybe nothing groundbreaking. That's what Android users will always say. But at the end of the day, at some point, all the people who have not been upgrading their iPhones are going to. And this gave them a reason to do so. I just don't know if you want to buy it at the open. Not yet.
Yeah, the fact that it's down today as Nasdaq gets all-time highs is making me think that it's not the greatest of trades, but I think that there's a get-up, pick-me-up trade here. We talked about yesterday some traders were looking to fade off that 240. Well, it was right for sure. Fading the news, fading plays down into the downside here, that does make, obviously some sense, because we've come up here into 240 a couple times in the past, right? So these levels, good place to go. I think if we're wrong, we're coming into 220 here, so that's something that we're going to look for some dip buy opportunities, maybe even start them in and around 224. So I think you might as well wait. So if you're looking for longs, I would think to wait. But as far as like a day trade today, because the Nasdaq is up, because we're breaking all-time highs, to me, it really it really seems like this is going to get bid up at some point, even here today. So I was sort of just zooming out a little bit and trying to find some key levels. Because Apple's on the way down, we don't really have anything to look at. I mean, we have some gap levels here that are coming into play again. So you're already kind of dancing around this 231.50 that goes back to early September, late August there. So that could be a level. I almost wrote it down. The sticky note's now out right now. It doesn't have Apple on it, but I almost put 232 on there. So this is going to be something to watch. So I'm going to watch out for 232, just back into here, fill that gap. We already did it. So now we'll see if it holds, and it looks like it may want to. There wasn't anything damning in the event yesterday. I mean, I think everything was good. Like Sharif said, I think there's reasons to get positive for a potential AI announcement and things like that. It's a bigger chip, their A19 chip. I like the fact that it charges the phone in 50% of the time. It's like you got 50% of the battery in 20 minutes. Something like that was what they reported there. I think that it's cool. So yeah, I think Apple did not disappoint, but the events haven't been that big. No. Like Google's event didn't rocket the stock. Now I remember Meta doesn't really either. So
I would say I was more.
If anything, it's like sell the event.
I was most impressed by it was the AirPods thing.
Yeah, the AirPods are cool.
The AirPods had easily
the heart rate
some of the
sensor.
cooler stuff, the heart rate sensor, some of the health safety features, being able to do tracking on that, so you don't have to have the watch. Yeah. I actually thought that was probably the most unique and cool. When the heck did
Ready for what?
Raheem? How did Raheem get to the desk? How did you get there?
What the? I said, so okay, listen to this. We haven't been able to hear Brendan in our ear at all this morning, okay? I thought Brendan said, we're going to get to blah, blah, blah in a minute, remember? And I said to you, we don't have a guest
I'm like,
today.
because I know we don't have.
I was like, it's 9 o'clock. We don't have a guest.
We didn't have a guest.
And all of a sudden in our ear, it's like, ready for Raheem.
This guy
just magically appears.
Hi, like, and
so you know why he didn't say anything? Because he remembers Sunday night. You know, he didn't want to say what's up to you because of Sunday night. You know, so Neil, there it is right there.
Bang bang. What was a great game though, Raheem? Was a great game.
It was
the Ravens. The Ravens are the only team in the NFL that it's like you were deathly afraid because it's just they're so unstoppable in the run game.
Harbaugh.
They should have gone for it, Raheem. How do you not go for it on fourth down?
Because of Harbaugh. Harbaugh has lost more games in the fourth quarter, I think it is, than any other coach in history. It's like he's lost 17. He's lost 17 double-digit games or something like that in the fourth quarter, or maybe it's the second half. But he's lost the most in history. So maybe he needs to be a little bit more of a gambler, especially these days. But
gotta go for it, man.
Especially when you have Lamar and Derrick Henry as running backs.
You know, I have a personal rule.
You can just run Lamar.
If your opponent doesn't want you to do something, you should probably do that. What do you think scared the Bills? Getting the ball punted back and having Allen with the ball in his hands, or at 4th and 3 having to stop Lamar and Henry?
Yeah,
you know for sure your opponent's more afraid of the game ending right there, so that's what you should do. I default to what does my opponent not want me to do, and that's what I would do. But you guys all want to see Raheem, so let's go to the desk.
He has arrived. Yeah, just appeared out of nowhere. We wanted to touch on the mining sector real quick because there was a monstrous deal announced. Was it 2 days ago or
yesterday?
I don't even know what day it is today. Yesterday. Here's the headline, if anyone missed it. Anglo-American Tech Resources merging in, the second largest mining deal ever. You were just filling me in on the simple fact that both of these companies individually had been approached over the past couple of years for individual acquisitions that never amounted to anything, so they just decide to merge. A couple of angles to cover here real quick. What does this mean overall for the space? Because as you were saying when you sat down here this morning, M&A typically starts at the bottom and works its way up. When it starts at the top, you simply see a big change coming.
Yeah, no, it's got to be that. And just with the size of these companies, you're looking at a company that was number 6, company that was number 19, and hate to use football terms, but you're putting 2 draft picks together. I'll trade you a 6 and a 19 to get to a top 5, right? So that's essentially what's happened here. Like we said, Anglo was approached before by BHP. Tech was approached, and that was last year. 2023, Tech was approached by Glencore as a buyout as well. Both of them were rebuffed. And now they've come together to be Anglo Tech. So it's going to be 60% Anglo, 38, 39, 60 point, whatever, Anglo and 39 Tech. And premise of this is going to be just copper demand is going to continue to grow. You've got to have size and scale. And the fact that they're going to allow Tech to continue to be domiciled here in Canada, based out of Vancouver, is going to give Invest Canada the reason to probably sign off on this. And then just the whole play is data centers and AI, all the people that are here watching. AI, I'm sure you guys have all looked at the data center plays, and data centers are going to need stuff like copper. And so this just goes into the critical minerals play, proximity to the US, large size deposits here in Canada that are owned by tech. So I think it all just comes together and it gives that credence to that thesis.
Is this a simple capacity play, essentially, coming from the standpoint that individually maybe they don't have the capacity to compete with major markets, China, manufacturers all around the world. So together, as you said, they become a force in that space.
Yeah, they become monstrous as a combined entity for sure. They were able to do what they were able to do. They are large scale companies. Both are top 20. One's a top 10. One's a top 20 company. So these companies are of size. They're not inconsequential by any means. But now what this allows to do, what allows Anglo is to take higher grade material that tech might have here in Canada and put that all together with their material, and again, just elevates the quality of the combined copper output that they can put together, be competitive with everybody. And again, I just feel like being proximal to the US will allow for more things to transpire.
When it comes to what this means then, I mean, you and I typically talk about the smaller end of the market cap scale.
Yeah.
What does that mean for the smaller players in this space?
I think that's all sort of kind of being sussed out. I was with some guys yesterday talking about it. What does that mean? The fact that a deal of that size can take place with nobody really knowing that was going to happen. Small deals happen all the time.
Yeah.
But a large deal of that size, I think that just means that you've taken one player off the chessboard. Instead of two people looking at buying your asset, you've got one. And I think what that's going to mean is consolidation is going to continue to move up a lot quicker because it's one entity that you're talking to out of the top six versus the top five. So now you're talking to another entity. I think that'll just mean a lot more M&A is going to transpire.
Is there maybe not necessarily one or two specific names, but maybe a specialty or a focus of individual companies that could be more attractive in that sense in the near term?
Yeah, great question. And one other point I wanted to point out, with both Anglo and tech deals, typically in an M&A transaction, one goes down and the other goes up, and that's just what happens. Both of them went up yesterday.
Yeah.
Right? And so that just kind of speaks to what they'll be able to do as a combined entity,
for sure,
in my opinion. So yeah, if you're looking at on the tariff side of things and data center plays, look at anything that's based in the US. I was talking to a gentleman yesterday. They're doing a IPO on the Nasdaq for their copper company. They have a very high grade asset, and just people are frothing at the mouth because it's in America, and because they're going to be exempt from all the tariffs, and because it's in America. So they're going to be able to line up for a lot of those grants. So if you've got things that are proximal to the US, I would definitely look at that. And then just quality of asset. The higher the grade, the copper, the better it is for everybody. If you're close to a number of larger scale players, it just makes life easier for you because you're going to be just scooped up with them.
Yeah, I mean, definitely more to come. The start of something possibly a lot more exciting. We appreciate you coming in on short notice. I know it was a busy morning.
Thanks for building the back door for me, guys. I really appreciate the new studio. Thanks to Trader TV. I can just
jump out into
right
the alley
in,
and get back in the car. Rahim Alani, thanks.
Always a pleasure to have Rahim come in. Actually, speaking of deals, there's believe it or not, there's Vimeo is being bought. It's actually halted right now, Vimeo. Pretty sure, I'm not sure, it usually opens at like 9 or something like that, but this is, just speaking of deals, these guys are getting bought for $785 cash. So that's going to be a huge move to the upside eventually. But I just heard in my ear, Coinbase, I mean, look, a lot of things have rallied today, and we already pointed out Bitcoin running, but Coinbase just made a fresh high of the day. There's another one we haven't even talked about, 1.5% to the upside.
Coinbase?
It just broke its top. Robinhood is pretty much, we already mentioned that Robinhood's at an all-time high, but if you remember, in the crypto space, Coinbase has been the laggard. Like, it's just been holding down here, consolidating. When something goes bearish and then consolidates, we said this in the afternoon yesterday, it's not a bad thing if you go bearish and consolidate and go nowhere. Because it means during a pullback, you're not going lower. Like, it's the dip is being bought, and the dip is being bought, or the dip was being bought on Coinbase at 300. It's similar to what we were talking about with Palantir, where it pulls a dip, goes bear, and the dip is just being bought in the low to mid 150s, and then that chart goes away on Palantir. You know what? And it went right to my e-signal chart, which I can just throw up as well. Good thing I had it right underneath. The dip just gets bought, and you see accumulation. Accumulation means buy support. So it happened on Coinbase, it happened on Palantir as well, and now both of these stocks are poised to make another fresh run at the highs.
I want to thank Raheem for stepping in and talking about some of those deals. There's much more happening in this world, of course, than tech plays. So, but tech resources. So that was a good one there. Thanks, Raheem, for that. Yeah, the market continues to be a little higher here, but tick a little. I'm just fixing my charts here because we adjusted some of the blue light angles here and stuff like that. I think we just went into cinema mode, right, Rob? I think that's what we wound up doing. So we'll see how that's like. And Neil, maybe you'll change his up in a minute. But yeah, Apple's still moving around. Let's just check in on Oracle here. We're going to go through the rundown as soon as these guys are ready. I think, Andre, I think they might be ready soon. Oracle right here at the highs of the day again, right? 322 up 33%. Looks like it still wants to get up there. So yeah, it's going to be a good one. Check in on GameStop, and then we're going to throw back over to the desk as we go through our rundown. Make sure you do, get it in our description, link in description for our free watch list here today. All right, let's go back over to the desk. We're a little short on time. Thanks to Raheem for coming through one more time. And next time, well, he must have come in from that way. Right? He
didn't go the normal way.
All right, we'll see. Has he left already? Okay, so let's go back over the desk and see Sharif and Brendo.
We have the side door, the magic side door now for Raheem's door. Anyway, if you haven't done so, link is in the description below. Hit that link, sign up with your email. You get the watch list absolutely free, has everything you need to know on it. Every single morning comes right to your inbox. Yeah, as Sean was mentioning, I was just counting up some of these analyst moves on Oracle this morning. This is a long, long list. Essentially everything on red on this screen, there you go. Everything in red on this screen on the left there is a price target increase or positive note from an analyst this morning. So better part of 10 plus, 322 coming into play here.
Brendo, it's not often you miss on the top and bottom line and spike up 30%, but that's exactly what happened here. They missed on EPS, they missed on revenue, but it was really the guide that sent this thing skyrocketing. $1.47 EPS, missed the $1.48 on revenue of 14.93, missing 15.04. It was a year-over-year growth, but it was still a miss. Revenue grew 12%, net income was flat, a little bit shy of $3 billion in take-home money. Let's talk about what they did here. This would mark the best day that Oracle has had since 1999 in the dot-com boom. If the gain holds, which it looks like it is, stock's already up 45% year to date. In addition to the move, the cloud infrastructure here, huge year-over-year pump, Brendo, 55%, printing $3.3 billion, and they've announced 4 multi-billion-dollar contracts signed with 3 customers. OpenAI is good for that 4.5 gigawatt data center as well. Gemini models are going to be hosted on Google Cloud. That didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Why is Google Cloud, which obviously they have their own division, hosting it on Oracle? But that's what's happening here, Brendo, and another revenue stream for them.
Capacity? I don't know, maybe just unlimited, I guess. If you go out to, I had to go all the way out to a weekly chart to actually see this move on one screen here. Better part of $100 at this point, guys, in 2 weeks to the upside here for Oracle.
It's unbelievable, this rally, but I don't wonder when you're up 33% and it's already double topped in here at 323, let's just say. It's hard not to anticipate that you're going to see some kind of a dip buy, and that'll be a bit of a theme today. And the rising tide, unquestionably here, has lifted all ships. I want to show you CoreWeave, CRWV. That's already pulled. It's still double digits, but that's already starting to pull. We talk about names that consolidated after breaking down. Well, there's your consolidation. Broke out yesterday. Prior highs on any dips today. Prior highs are a priority. 106 on CoreWeave, and even NVIDIA. NVIDIA is not even that much comparatively. 3% on the sympathy play. I have Friday charts today, apparently. Where's my
Friday charts? What is that?
Where's my 15? Oh no, my 3 minute just keeps on falling asleep. No, when you look at NVIDIA, it's sort of a similar thing. You gap, broke. Yeah, somebody was getting ahead of that Oracle thing. Remember when NVIDIA in the afternoon was going ham? It was programmed by into the close on NVIDIA, almost as if somebody had a good feeling. Let's just leave it at that. So the levels I'm looking here, 172 was crazy. It's crazy now, but it wasn't crazy before the number. And then just go back to the close on the 29th in here. So right in this 174 area, that'll be the dip buy zone on CoreWeave and NVIDIA. I don't know that I play Oracle, and I am expecting a dip. because you're up that much, gapping everything, the entire market. I can't remember. Usually you see a dip at the open.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what I wrote down here too. This is on the sticky note here. It's Oracle 310 long. I mean, I just said we got to get long, watch for early selling, then hop on board, right? VWAP, it could be, I wrote down VWAP in here, could be a key level. So we'll just wait to see for Oracle. I mean, you know, we do talk about when there's a gap, play it back to VWAP, but right now that's 318. So $4 down. I don't know if that's enough for me. The reason why I wrote down 310 was just because I was looking for some sort of levels, and we had dark pool dipped into 310, and I just think that 300 is obviously a key level. So I go $10 higher and say 310. I mean, it's not going to go down $11. I don't anticipate that. This was if the market had to move down. I mean, and obviously we wrote this note before PPI came out, and that sort of rocketed the market, creating no downward push at all. So for me on Oracle, I think it'll just be a VWAP play, which means you're gonna have to zoom in and wait for that to happen. The liquidity could be sparse off the open. I mean, I think that option players looking at a 9% move yesterday, they're waking up to 33%. I would see some selling off the open for sure. I just think there's profit-taking opportunities here. But when stocks are up this hard, they tend to continue to run. So right now you're at the day's high of 322.60. This is not a break long to me. I like what Neil was talking about on some like other plays, which is why I have written down here Palantir. Go find it. It's also on Instagram. Palantir, Oracle, Google. I mean, I don't understand the business. Maybe Sharif can explain this to me, but like, why Google signs up for all this business with Oracle Cloud. Like I thought Google had cloud. Like why are they paying someone else to manage some of their AI and host it? But again, it's all get into the party. It's all nice and warm. So right now, I think Google has an opportunity to get going. 238 dip, so we could get that, or this 240.50, which is more likely to happen right off the open. That break right there. So I'm just like, get into the water, man, today, because the Kool-Aid is real sweet and everyone's sipping it. And Google right now, huge move, I think, incoming, breaking through all-time highs. We already did that yesterday. So let's just see if it continuation play today. If you don't like Oracle at these levels, I don't blame you. I think it's tough to find levels. So you got to go over somewhere that gives us something, and I think it's Google. So that's what we're doing today. We're waiting for, I got to move. We're running out of space, so I'm trying to find spaces to move different things.
I know, we used to have something here, but.
Yeah, so let's go back over now and talk about Apple. Here we go. Here's another, maybe you have some reasons to buy some Apple today. Let's go find out.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Apple here. If you missed it, rewind. We touched on in detail what was announced yesterday. Some really, really cool stuff. If you haven't had a chance, go back, maybe watch the presentation from yesterday. It's all over the internet. It's worth a watch. We're trying to get back to the upside right now. Lots of positive analyst notes, including one from Jefferies this morning. There's a whole bunch. 11% forecast to the upside here after what we saw yesterday.
That's a good look, Brendo. Yeah, the main thing that stood out for me, obviously, the iPhone Air. That's what analysts are saying. This is going to be the needle mover. We'll have to wait and see whether it does or doesn't. They did include some accessories for it, a case, an attached battery as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. Should we have a look at Klarna as well, Brendo?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so the IPO price. So there's an IPO today, probably comes on in the midday. So make sure to join Joseph and I. KLAR is going to be the ticker. The IPO price, $40 a share above the expected range. Valuation at that price, Brendo, $15 billion. The deal did raise 1.37, but the majority of that 1.37, 1.17 is actually going to existing shareholders, with only $200 million directly for Klarna, Brendo. So we're going to be keeping an eye on this one.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Here it is, 34.3 million shares in total. So it's not exactly huge, but there's going to be a lot of attention, guys, for KLAR today.
And we'll be keeping an eye on the imbalance for you guys. It's 475,000 to buy, now 76. It's creeping up. I feel like by this time, things like Figma and Circle and Bullish were all much bigger. They think they were in the millions, but as long as that continues to grow, that auction price is meaningless. It's just telling you the issue price at $40. What'll happen is when this starts updating, you're at least within the realm of possibility that it could open. So it's nowhere close to opening as long as that still says 40, but that imbalance will continue to grow. Probably going to take the opening print as long as this continues to grow to the upside, that imbalance on Klarna. As far as Apple, we kind of went over that. I do feel like there's going to be a dip buy opportunity. I don't know if day one's what I'm looking for. I might just wait a couple of days. I think maybe you can get some better prices on Apple after the event. Tends to sell off, and that's what happens. So allow that to matriculate through and buy the dip maybe end of the week.
So the last three IPOs that were the biggest ones, I think Bullish, Figma, and now Klarna are all on the NYSE, so interesting to see that.
Yeah, win.
I just wanted to remind people that this is what Bullish has done since its IPO. So it had a huge move up and then all the way back into $50. So we're doing that. And then this is what Figma has been doing as well. So, and remember, the thing about Klarna is they lost. It's lost $50 million last quarter. It's not like they're making any money. So there's Figma as well. Look, this is the last, boom. So there you go. The last two big IPOs, Figma and Bullish, both to the downside dramatically off their IPO list. So I would just say, just be careful with all of these names. But yeah, it should be fun. And like Neil said, we'll be going over the imbalance locator with you like pretty much all day just to update that price. But I think Sharif nailed it. It's a midday story, I would think. So if Klarna gets going, Neil and I will both be looking at it. We'll have our orders in. Right now, the tap is $40. We'll see how excited it gets. I feel like these were, Neil and I were talking about this, I think these were in the millions for the last couple IPOs. So we'll see how high the buy side gets here and where that pushes the price. Their indicated open, what they're looking for was between, I think, 35 to 37, something like that. So it's going to go out at 40. I'm going to say 70. Is where the print goes. Like the open's at 70.
Yeah,
so,
less than a double. I think the other ones were in the 60 to 80 range, 2% higher. That makes about sense.
It's a Figma of our imagination. Good one, Mark.
Oh, I like that.
That's a good one there.
Well played, well played.
Coming through.
Ooh, everything wants to pop today. The Nasdaq's back on the way higher.
Everything's at all-time highs.
The name that we're going to talk about right now is on the way higher.
Amazon.
Yeah, it's actually more than 6% at this point over the past couple of days here, but 168 coming into play here for Palantir this morning. What a week it's been so far. Worth a note, Alex Karp on the All-In Summit. Worth a watch. That guy's interesting, man. Really
I can't wait to watch that. You've been hyping it up. Brendo, this is another commercial deal for Palantir here, and this time it's with Hayden, one of the UK's leading defense tech startups. So Hayden's advanced wargaming, command and control, battlefield training software will now be deployed on, you guessed it, Palantir's Foundry program. Hayden provides, sort of that out-of-the-box AI-powered simulation and orchestration tools, which enables armed forces to rehearse, train, and plan combat scenarios. I can just only imagine how AI is going to make the battlefield in the future, Brendo. Yeah. Terrifying.
Speaking of Amazon, just seeing a note here on Amazon developing consumer AR glasses, codenamed Jayhawk, featuring a camera, mics, plural, speakers, plural, and a full color display in one eye. That's according to the information. Amazon doing nothing on that, guys.
Yeah, shout out to Paul Pierce, Jayhawk. Okay, why not? Kansas, they used to always choke. Great team that would never win. Palantir, win it all, I should say. Palantir is a similar kind of rounded bottom and consolidation to what we were talking about with CoreWeave and that whole, if it goes sideways after pulling back, then you got to be pretty bullish on it. But it's a little overextended is not the right word. 164.5. Right now, pre-market lows 164.5. That's a full 2 percentage points away. So it's a dip that's a little far, and when Palantir dips at the open, you have to have a lot of patience. Because if Palantir dips at the open, and if you try to get in as it's breaking down underneath the volume weighted average price, it tends to make you try a few times before it ends up being good. So I don't know that this is the one I want to just be sitting on the bid of. I feel like I like Robinhood a little bit better here for a continuation play. I think that was running the afternoon consolidation. Was right around that 118.5 zone. So playing back into the prior high seems a little bit different on Robinhood as a first look. So that's probably what we'll be looking over Palantir, but 154.5, it's a great level. Hold that prior high.
Yeah, I have 164.5, of course.
164.
Yeah, I have the same stuff written down. So I said like 164 long. I mean, it's taken off now. It was the number one idea on the sticky note today was Palantir. So we're still going to wind up trading it. I'll put that note in the chat. You can also go find it on Instagram as well. UConn runs women's basketball for sure, it seems like, those of you that are in the chat. But you can also go get it here on Instagram. So this is 4 stocks to trade today, but there's going to be one right here. It should be, where's the 10th? Oh God, this can take forever. Okay, whatever, you can go find it on Instagram when you can. It actually doesn't look like it's up yet. Okay, so we wrote that down before this happened, right? So we were at 166. We said maybe $2 down into 164. Yeah, that's where the 50-period moving average is here on my 5-minute chart. So this is this is why we wrote this down. I mean, now all the lines are getting extended to the upside, which makes sense. So support now lifting as the stock lifts. So up 3%. Yeah, I mean, as Brendan said, man, it's Alex Karp's world, and we're all living in it, apparently. So this stock just continues to get higher. These billionaires keep getting richer. We'll see. That's all-time high is 185 and change, 190, right on the nose. Actually, E-Signal has 190. So I think we're on our way back up to there. I did sell some at 160. That's obviously not looking like a great decision there, but yeah, this is finally happening. We said this yesterday. We could go long, which is why I put it on the sticky note immediately. I mean, I'm trying to be a man of my word here. The minute it goes above this 165, we like the long. So there it goes, man. You can forget about all this. You're not going to, hopefully in a year or two, it's not going to matter if you bought 156 or 166. But now it's starting to go upside there. I like Palantir. Get that garbage out of there from Citron. Get it out of there from the all this worry about the Nasdaq maybe being a little toppy. We're back over all-time highs right now on the Nasdaq. So Palantir should join the party, and it looks like it's trying to do its best to get up there. Up 3%. This thing could go up 4 or 5. So let's watch out for Palantir here off the open. It should be an exciting trade. That's for sure. I'm waiting for dips, though. I'm not busting anything through the top. Not when we're at all-time highs. So many times we've seen the market pull back from these levels. So the only one that I'm comfortable doing that with would be Google today. So we're going to wait to see what happens with Palantir. And yeah, good story there about Amazon, but it's not. I don't know if Brendan mentioned there the glasses or whatever that was there, but Zoox launches its robo-taxi service to the public in Las Vegas. That's an Amazon thing. So anyways, not doing anything right here. It's funny how Amazon's down. We had that 238 break yesterday afternoon, and it was awesome. All the way to 239, and we got that news from Anthropic, and then now it's all the way back in. So Amazon,
I had to guess it's because Google got the good.
Adara's in green.
Oracle too. It's gonna be the Oracle thing.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back over there. It's always a good sign. The reason I say that is there was some sort of, just like the Jerome Powell tie situation there, Adara in green today, and the market is up there. So we'll get that market put on the back of
Not
Oracle.
helping these guys though.
Oh, Synopsys, yeah. All right, let's go over and have a look at what happened to their quarter.
Yeah, just absolutely wrecked. I was going out to a weekly chart here to find some levels on this thing. We're almost back to April, 440 coming into play, so this level. Giving back this entire move since the bottom of the tariff sell-off here. Overall, the higher time frame chart on this still looks constructive, but this is ugly.
It was a bad report, Brandon. It was a miss on the top and bottom line for the current quarter. Let's talk about their different segments. Maintenance services, they missed. They did better on that. That was one of the only one that they actually did better on. Total products, they missed 1.41 billion. The street was looking for 1.48. Design IP as well, missing expectations. Design automation was really the only standout one here. They did quite well. 1.31 billion. The street was looking for 1.23, and about a 23.5% increase year over year for that segment.
Barely a green candle here on a 15-minute chart, guys, so far for SNPS today.
Like abject disaster. This will be the definition of give it a minute or a few days to try to calm itself down. It's at the only level left at about 440 here, and it just broke that on the daily chart. And there's some stuff down here in the 400 range at 360, but you know, we talk about this with Oracle. Like sometimes, I don't think obviously no one was expecting that miss or even the reaction this badly. It's not even something that I'm looking for the SSR bounce on. Probably too violent. Like in the time that I just pulled it up, it just went from 438 to 426. Like it's absolutely flushing. I didn't see an imbalance on it. By the way, Klarna is now 1.1 million to the buy side already. So that is growing rapidly. Oscar is there for a buy of 340,000 shares. NEO is a sell of 1.3 million shares. I see HIM's there for a couple 100,000. Joby had that positive story there, 300,000 buy and bounce. But going to be looking at some of the usual suspects. And we didn't even mention GameStop. GameStop giving a lot of it back. But I do like some kind of reversion. It has been trending straight down on GameStop. Straight trend break. I'm going to probably take a trend break to the upside, but after the stock opens. Don't want to be doing anything in the pre-market on a NYSE name here. But keep an eye on that Klarna. Already over 1 million shares.
Oh, yeah,
this is going to be a take the open whenever it happens.
Okay, just trying to make sure my phone is charged. I thought Randy was there for a second. Okay, there we go. All right, 1 minute left. Yeah, Synopsys. I mean, good look there. I'm not in that name. I haven't traded it, and don't know too much about it. But right now, the market's pulling back here as we're very, very close to open. So get ready to rock and roll today. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, get into the chat. You guys can vote on what stocks you want us to talk about. We'll have that coming up, and we'll explain how that works. For those that know, just hit $, and then the stock you want us to talk about in the chat. Google pulling back in, man. We have a 238 dip buy opportunity coming here for Google. So we'll wait to see some of the froth potentially coming out of some of these names we talked about. Yeah, here it comes in. Oracle's pulling back as well. So with market about to open, here we go. 10 seconds, Neil. 15 seconds now. Neo, Klarna, not Rivian, but okay. So Oracle pulling back, but I'm going to be looking at Google. This open is brought to you by VinFast. Make sure you do scan that QR code and check out ticker VFS. Now we're ready to rock and roll. It's Google time, and it's Oracle time, and it's Palantir time, and it's everything time as this market is now open. So welcome to the jungle, as we keep saying. All right, here we go, man. We have fun in games. Yeah, hopefully a little bit of fun in some games right here. Okay, so Google with a little bit of a dip buy. It doesn't get to my 238.50 level, although we pretty much did. I don't know how I didn't get long there. I went to 55s. So we'll wait to see if there's a little bit of a pullback there. Always checking in on our friend Oracle. What the? Oracle with a huge move down right now. So we can watch out for Oracle into 313. Wow, that is profit taking. We said look at 310. There goes Oracle straight to the downside. There goes Palantir straight to the downside. Everything getting clocked right now off the open. Look at the
NVIDIA is really tanking.
Yeah, down.
Well, everything.
Yeah,
is.
go ahead. Yeah,
No,
I'm not into anything yet. I'm not into. I don't know why we have Satea's thing there on the board, but welcome Satea.
Look at that reversal.
She is not in the building, but we do have her picture there. Oracle just retraced $6. It went from 313 almost all the way back up. Here comes Palantir. We are now long Palantir, and we are long Google. So let's see what happens here. The long is now in for your boy.
Robinhood did not dip. That just absolutely broke out like crazy. That is insane. You've got to be kidding me. Wild move there. It's Robinhood that just really broke. Everything else was dip buying, and Robinhood just went straight up. So you try to catch it on that little bit of a curl, but the market's still pulling back in here pretty decently. I'm looking VWAP on NVIDIA as well, and wow, that was insane, absolutely insane on Oracle just now. The snapback was absurd. 312, it's already at $320. This thing, $320.
Almost daily goal met. I can't make this stuff up. The Palantir, we're $1 in, man. We came up to 164. It's exactly what we wrote down for Palantir. So we take that one, and then here comes Google as well. Good trade on this one. We're 50 cents in the money over here on Google. So dip buys all around, man. I mean, we wrote down 238. We got it. We didn't get exactly that bottom, but we got a little bit. So let's take some profit out here as the market is just trying to figure itself out. But here we go, man. It's Palantir. It's Google. You add them up, it's a buck and change. But let's just wait to see how far we can get back to the upside right now. VWAP was at 166.50, so I think that's a possibility here for Palantir. But let's just get a little bit out. Like I said, man, today's going to be a long day, so we have lots to look forward to trading-wise. Google, still nice upside play. Only 40 cents in the money. I think there's a lot more room to run on this one, so we'll take another piece out there at 239. That's 50 cents. Okay, now Palantir's starting to get going. Right back up through 166. Let's go PLTR. So far, so good over here.
Yeah, NVIDIA just bounced off the volume-weighted average price a couple times. We're able to get almost a $0.50, just a little bit higher than the $0.50 as it's trying to come back. Look at the reversal candles that you're seeing, and you have it across the board. Like break out the highs, and then heavy snap back. You can barely see it on a 3-minute because it's only the first minute in, so I'm just going to quickly, there we go. There's the double bottom right off of that opening range. So on a 1-minute candle, you can see it make that higher low. Sometimes I'll use a 1-minute, I think, early on for everybody. But if we can't get back above 177 on NVIDIA, that's still a big rejection off of that top. The other one I like here is going to be Robinhood. Didn't have any particular catalyst outside of the fact that they're just going to the S&P 500 in a week and a half or just under 2 weeks. And it's just a continuation play. All-time highs as long as it holds 117 change. Want it to hold this 120 off the open. But with that sell, the market's below the volume-weighted average price. I want to see this thing close above. And NVIDIA doing pretty nicely here. I'm keeping an eye on Oracle. That just broke another all-time high.
325.
325. 35% Oracle is up.
And you had an awesome opportunity to buy that.
35%.
Oh, man, you had a great opportunity to buy that. We are now, there it is, man. It's another day and another daily goal hit right there, right off the jump, man. It's $1. We have $2. I mean, both these names are Dollar Club winners right now. Google and Palantir, and they're both exactly off of the levels that we posted, 164 and 138. So if you can do it, if I can do it, we all can do it. There it goes. Nice upside play there for all. Wow. Wow, Google. Let's go. What kind of a day are we even having already? Klarna's not even here yet. There goes Palantir right now. There goes Google. Google and Palantir both mooning right now. So good little level there. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. And again, like, how did we find these levels? I don't even know half the time, but there it is right there. It's Google, 238 dip. Okay, man, how did that dip taste right now with some guacamole on there? And there's Palantir as well, 164. So we've got all these trades on board right now, all for free. Anyways, let's keep on going right now. I've got these two longs and pretty happy with them, but we got to take some out. I mean, we're already out of half. So we got out of half of both of these plays. So let's just continue to go, man. I said that Google could probably get back into some of these highs, and we still like that 240 break on the high side for Google. So far, so good right there. And then Palantir, of course, not going as much as I had thought. We were up 3% earlier in the day, and now it's just kind of kicking back just a little bit. We'll go to Adair, and then we'll check out something with Neil, and then we'll talk about stocks that maybe you guys want to look at as well. What's up, Adair?
Yeah, this wearable devices here is on the move. WLDS, yesterday after the bell, they actually released their earnings for the first half of fiscal 2025. Then this morning, they announced they actually received a patent here for breakthrough voice and gesture control technology. So they had earnings last night, this patent they have today, and the market cap here, $1 million, very small market cap. Float of 960,000 shares, so less than 1 million share float. 6% short float, really notable here for WLDS. Back to you. Also, Synopsys, guys, down, down sharply still. SNPS. No economic data at 10 a.m. other than that wholesale inventory, but we do have at 10 a.m. We're supposed to be getting the vote here for Stephen Myron's, I guess, Fed position. We're going to see if we had his testimony last week. I guess apparently the vote's going to take place today at 10 a.m. I'll be covering that if there is anything to cover. Back to you.
Hey, Steven. Okay.
Thank you very much, Adair. Rang the register on NVIDIA. It double topped. It couldn't break 117.5. It's starting to come back into the volume weighted average price. The market, after that big rally that we saw, PPI coming in light, we're pulling back, but we're holding the volume weighted average price. So still want to look for the dip buys. It's this and Robinhood were the two names. And I appreciate the correction. I forgot to mention Robinhood, of course, had their event last night.
Yeah.
They had their summit at 5:30. So, Robinhood did have a catalyst in addition to the S&P 500 edition, which is not coming for another couple of weeks. But this is not holding higher, so I'm not in. Like, it's continuing to make lows here on Robinhood, so I'll allow it to pull back into what I think is a big level at 118.5 into the prior day high. So this is the area we want to try buy some Robinhood and see if we can't get VWAP on NVIDIA as well. I'm willing to take this one if it can break above VWAP, but it just hasn't done it yet. I think that's a yet because the market, I'm still believing in the long, even though NVIDIA couldn't take out that high.
Yeah, some of these levels are wild, man. Like Palantir is printing like 50 cents like every second, like up and down.
There was a halt.
Oh yeah, okay, we can start.
QMM, remember that thing?
Are you hearing anything in your ear? Like I'm not hearing anything.
Remember, what the heck was this company called again? Yeah, QMMM halted to the upside. That came all the way down. Some hedge funds got made so, how much, they destroyed it because they would have just shorted all the way up and held it. The average person can't just hold the short forever. It's halted to the upside, but down 57% from yesterday. And that was after it already pulled back significantly on the highs. So these treasury plays might be slowing down just a tiny bit, everybody. Just a bit.
Yeah, well, that was the kind of the joke that we were talking about yesterday. I remember I was like, yeah, you remember the hedge funds are not going to lose, and there it goes.
Because they just hold forever.
Yeah, so, a big advantage there for them. But not a big advantage for me because, the market's come back down in. So we're taking on a few more shares here as we fall in, but the market is giving it all back right now. So all the way back into PPI lows right now, where we started at on the PPI number. And there it is, man. Everything given back right now. So we're just going to try to absorb these levels again. And so So for right now, it's still Palantir and Google, the only two trades that I have on board right now. We're looking for more, but I got to sit in these trades. And again, we don't have to. We're going to exit them if they go awry. But right there, 164 was something we're looking at. And we marked down maybe 162 as some sort of a level there for Palantir. And again, that's sort of like yesterday's closing prices. But we're in danger now. I don't really want to average in too much of this. I don't mind averaging into Google. I thought that their deal there, we talked about, their extension with Oracle and that they're sort of already have, cloud business with them. And with Oracle giving that guide all the way to 3,000, 2029 or 23,000, 2030, should be good for Google as well. So there it is, man, rate bouncing off 238 again. I guess we should have got something down there. Those were the levels that I like. So I'm going to put down a little bit more down there at that bottom and just basically watch out for Palantir. It's the one that's slipping up a little bit here. So I'm going to take an opportunity on any bumps right now to get some out of Palantir because we don't want, again, a good call in Google to maybe be ruined by Palantir continuously moving lower. So there it is. We get some out at 10s there on Palantir. If it can get back up, there we go. We get some 25s. That'll be good to go. So right now we're flattish on Palantir and just waiting to see if Google wants to pop through. So that's what I'm working with.
330 on Oracle.
Was it
$330 on Oracle, up 37%. It is fine. The market's pulling back, but this is going. NVIDIA did not dip into the volume weighted average price. It continues to go higher. Another fresh top there, 4% there for NVIDIA. Robinhood finally caught that bid. So it broke trend right in here at about 120 and starting to break out higher here is Robinhood up 1.5. Still going to stay with the station to station. The market's dropping pretty heavily here.
Yeah, it's not the greatest market.
No, it's not the greatest market. So if I get 121s, I'm taking 121s. You're already starting to pull back. It's really, look, it's Oracle and NVIDIA that are flying at this moment, at least from what I'm looking at. I got the Qs here pulling back to under where we were. Are you kidding me? This is where we were when the number hit at 8:30. So we've given the entirety of the move back here on the Qs. I'm gonna go back to my 3 minutes, so I just don't like looking at a 1 minute chart. It's really just about Oracle. It's Oracle's party, and everyone's
invited?
Not everybody's invited. Let me just double check look at AMD. NVIDIA's at high a day in breaking. AMD got mowed.
That's strange, because AMD had such a huge move yesterday.
Right, and AMD did the aftermarket move as well. Yeah, I think he's got to be cautious with some of the longs in here.
Yeah. Oh, and they had a bump there.
No, and they had a bump going into the afternoon as well. You're right about that. Intel, someone just said in the chat, Intel's running. How about we do this? Because I know Sean already asked, but I just want to show you guys why we're asking you. And the good, ASST, like WLDS. People are doing the dollar sign. Make sure you hit dollar sign in the symbol, and then we know what you want to look at. Because I haven't pulled up WLDS. I don't even know what that is. ASST. Oh, that's that is today's crypto treasury name. These are the Bitcoin treasury announced. They did some kind of a merger, and then they're going to be whatever, and then they're going into Bitcoin.
Yada yada merger, yada yada.
No, ASST, I know, because I actually played this on the upside, and then, so just to give a quick note, somebody was like, I'm selling 15s on this stock in the pre-market. And it was very, very it was just obvious. They were telling you that they were selling the 115, and it just went down ever since. Yeah, I would never have shorted it anyways, but it doesn't make a difference. Robinhood, looks like Robinhood just gave the 121. So Robinhood comes back in, the same thing that I did with NVIDIA, trust in my gut, the market's breaking the lows. I'm going to take out the dip buy as the market continues to go to the downside here, and then just look for some kind of a continuation. If the market pulls back, get the next available dip. So in and out of NVIDIA and Palantir, and Robinhood, and this market looking to catch a little bit of a bid. I did want to look at one other name that we didn't get to mention, and that was Octo, because I think the air coming out of some of these plays, this is another opportunity for a short. It's already down 18%. Might be late trying to join, but if I can get something off of VWAP or out in front of this 36 level, if it pops back up, you might see me in this. The only real short that I was thinking about today.
All right, so we're going to go 2 for 2. We just have Palantir and Google, but Palantir is now finally starting to get the feels of Palantir again. So we're going to get out more as it starts to rip back up. We're green on the name. We were just sort of biting our tongue down there thinking that, hey, maybe this doesn't really want to go, but we do respect the levels that we had written down. And for today, we had posted it up here. We'll put this sticky note in the chat for you guys if you're here for the first time. There's Palantir 164. There's Google 238. So both of those trades right now working out. Google's bottom was Palantir's was 163.50. You got to give it a little bit of room, right? And then Google right now, we're at the all-time high, or days high for myself right here as well, because there goes Google right back to the upside. There's our 238 buys. So we'll get some more out there. There it goes. Nice upside play here for Google as we continue to climb higher, man. Daily goal met, and thank you so much for joining us here. I wrote down open door 580 dip buy opportunity. We'll see if that can come in there. Nice pull down here for open door right now, down 0.3. Or bouncing around, I guess. Every penny makes a difference here, so we'll have to wait for that one. But right now it's Google, man. I mean, we're loaded up. So let's see if Google wants to get going there. The story today, as Neil keeps mentioning, and we all do, is is Oracle up to 337. Right now up 40%. That's another one. Wow, what a big play there. Let's see what GameStop is doing right now. 40%. Oh my God, I said to Neil, I have no idea how much of Oracle I even own because it's not a name that I talk about ever, but I think that's about right, man. I mean, you don't get this kind of a market cap move in a name for no reason. I mean, obviously they guide higher, and that guide was unbelievable. Is it 40% unbelievable? I want to call the short there, but I don't want to short it. So, yeah, Oracle's still working out, man, for the best if you're long, that's for sure. Google is pulling back. They're having a little bit of a problem. I thought Google would be higher than where we are right now. So I'm going to get some offers here in the 60s and see if we can pull up to that level. But, yeah, just bounced off 239 pretty easily there, so I don't like that. We're in the mid-60s here. We're at 66. See if we can get some Mario Lemieux action right now. But,
CoreWeave
we
up
just heard the same thing.
18%.
Wow. We had that long yesterday at a 102 or something. Wow, there goes CoreWeave.
18% for CoreWeave. Hood just broke out as well, but I can't tell you, Apple is getting... Well, Apple's now catching a bit. Apple was down 2%. It's now catching a little bit of a bit. What's halted? Oh, that QMM.
If Apple was halted, I'd be...
No. If Apple ever halted, we have bigger fish to fry.
Yeah. Or I mean, I don't think it would halt on the circuit breaker, but if it did, then that's a problem. But it might halt on news.
It would mean the market is doing something.
We're just playing around.
That's going to scare the living. No, it absolutely isn't.
But people.
That Apple move to the downside, like I wasn't really thinking short anything off the open. That wasn't Google, OCTO. But NVIDIA continues to roll higher. I still want to reload it. It's just a matter of where. VWAP is a possibility. Prior high is a possibility at 177.50. But if the market continues to go higher, I might find myself in that OCTO, the only thing I wanted to short. And if you're not watching Oracle on at least one of your charts, I think part of the fear would be if Oracle pulls back, London bridges, we all fall down. That would be... Yeah. I think that would be a little bit of a concern.
I'm trying to get some out here, man.
If this stock reverses, and I know a lot of people are probably... Not a lot of people. I know some people are probably trying to revert this move because it's so ridiculous. If we trend break on this stock, all you know what could break loose. I'm into Octo. I don't know, is it Octo? 8Co. 8Co.
Octo.
Yeah,
I think that's right.
It's 8Co. So it just
Octo is 8. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna give it to this prior high. It's at VWAP, but there's an obvious level here at 35.8. So if it breaks 35.8, then I'll jump out of this. It's less than $1 risk on a stock which moves a heck of a lot more than that. 33.5 will be the first target.
Okay, yeah, so just good talk about some of these names here. I'm just going to go back to Palantir and just show you huge move right up to VWAP again. So we're starting to cash out of Palantir. We're almost out of everything right now on Palantir. 10% left, honestly. So now it's starting to drop. We got out. We were nervous about Google. I told you guys we got those Google prints in the 60s. So we get 2 of them, and now they're falling back down. Not buying 238 dip. I mean, we wrote down 238 dip on here. We've already done it. We've already made our money there, but we still have shares shares, and I'm going to try 237.50 as my stop. So just breaking through here. So let's see if we can get a little bit more shares down lower than 238, like 237.75, something like that. Play off the quarters, see if that wants to work out for us. But right now, Google pulling down a little bit in the greater thing of the market right now. We looked at GameStop. I wrote down GameStop and Opendoor as a potential pull today, but right now, are you trying to talk to me too, Andre? Because, okay, I haven't heard anything in my ear. Maybe test me out if you can. Yep, got you, perfect. Okay, so dip down into 605 right there for Opendoor. A good level there, holding out $6. So watch out for Opendoor today. And as Neil mentioned, man, it was Apple that was taking the elevator to the downside right now. And nothing to worry about. But we got some super chats yesterday of traders that were short. They asked me what I thought of it. I said, go with it. I thought that you got a good level there. It seemed to have disappointed. So nice move to the downside there on Apple. Congratulations on those of you that are short. Good risk and well rewarded today.
No questions asked. And another way to take risk and get rewarded is by Beta Pro's biggest winner simulated ETF trading competition with over $40,000 in cash prizes, including a $20,000 grand prize, which is all risk-free. It's free to enter and open to all Canadians. Trade with $100,000 in fantasy cash on the Webull platform. And whether you're an experienced trader or just getting started, it's a chance to test strategies, build skills, and climb the leaderboard. So you think you have what it takes to be the biggest winner? Sign up today. Scan the QR code you see out in front of you. Shout out to Beta Pro by Globex. CoreWeave 120. Just one update.
120?
Yeah, I know. It's insane.
Okay.
CompuCare team. A lot of these moves are going to be insane, and you can thank Oracle for it. But Octo pulls back. It goes right into that 35 at the volume weighted average price to the dime, and goes right and bounces off that 33.5 I was talking about. So we took half out there, but it's coming right back into the highs. I've now moved my stop to this lower high as well. On a stock like this, I'd just rather not be involved in it breaking any kind of a resistance. If this ends up being the low of the day at the 32, you just don't want to get rinsed. And Ross about, can you give some more info on Klarna? Sean, are you going to blow off swimming for Day's IPO when you do it the good side? Let's just say right now, every single person is going nowhere for the Klarna IPO. Like Klarna's in that category of it's obvious. We said if it was growing, it's already 1.8 million shares. It continues to grow. This won't open for hours, and it's already 1.8 million buy imbalance on Klarna. So this is an all systems go.
I don't even know.
Good question. It should be good to go. You should be able to put your orders in usually by now. So
KLAR.
Yeah, KLAR. There won't be anything to see. Like obviously, it won't open usually until after lunchtime.
$40.
We've been seeing lately. So.
Yeah, not much going on here. Thanks for the super chat again on Klarna, but there it is here, KLAR.
Yeah, you should be able to.
So it's out, and we'll keep monitoring it for you. There's the $40 tap right there, so that's where it's indicated at open right now. If it were to open, it would open at $40. So they're just gonna, all of these prices that you see on here don't mean anything. This is just somebody's willing to pay $1,200. It doesn't matter. It's like what we keep telling Adair and Sharif and Joe and all that about the limit on open. You can put any price you want. As long as it's a limit on open order or a market on open order, you should be able to grab whatever that price is on the opening print. So, and then as Neil just showed you, there it is. So it's getting larger. I don't know when it's going to close or when it's going to open. So yeah, we're going to have to sit here and wait
1
for
o'clock.
It's I think 1 o'clock is a reasonable
1 o'clock to 1:30
there. So yeah, if you're in and you're looking to dance around something, I would say that's it. So we'll wait for Klarna, and Neil and I will be talking about it when it does come through. I'm not going to, like I said, man, Google, well, you know what? All right, I'll dip by a little bit in Google just because it keeps coming into this level, but I'm not, I'd like to wait. We just missed that dip right there. I'm at 75, like literally at 75, so we missed it by 10 cents, or else we'd have like another $1 almost on board right now. So let's just let it continue to work out here. Palantir has been a great stock. We told you we were less than 10% on this, and we got another out. So now we're at 7.5% left right now for Palantir. And again, the market's just making lows right now. So I don't know if you want to.
AMD, man.
I was going to say, like, what's going on with Oracle? There's the pullback. I mean, we said take that 40% profit. We may not have a chance to do that here because we're trading now live, but there it goes, 340 to the downside. Just gave up $10 there on Oracle. So
should have put a stink offer.
I'm going to take an opportunity to get some more out on Google on the top side. But yeah, that would have been a good idea of just putting an offer there and hoping that it fills. But for right now, it is.
Instead of waiting till 11 o'clock when we're off air. For Oracle, that is all I'm talking about. So AMD it's up 2.5%, but just tagged the low of the day. It's absolutely wild the reaction that we're getting in multiple names. And I want to give a shout out to, remember SOFI? Yeah, buddy. SOFI just took out the top. Someone said all-time high. I believe no, but I believe it's a 52-week high. It's not an all-time high on SOFI. If you go back to, just pull up like a monthly chart on SOFI. I believe it's like $28 or something adjacent to 28. I did say this one had a chance. I wasn't sure it was going to be today because there was no specific catalyst for SOFI, but maybe sympathy to Robinhood makes some sense. But it's above the high now, so I got to get myself involved. 26.30 is the prior high, so there's plenty of room for it to dip. This could easily dip into the volume-weighted average price. That's what I was for.
Beautiful stock there.
Go ahead. It's just all sympathy. I think Robinhood's lifting its ship, unless there's a SOFI story that I'm not aware of. I'm going to try and sit on VWAP and see if I can't get picked up in the SOFI party. So I'm just into Octo. That's holding. I mean, I think the Treasury plays all seem to be looking a little bit deadish. So I think that's probably the time that you're safe to be shorting them.
I think you're right there. So we're still on Google, and we just got 80 damn twos right now. That's a hot dog kind of a trade right now. We're at the all-time high. I keep saying that. We're at our day's high for myself right now, just trading these two names. So let's go and have a look to see if there's anything else you guys want us to talk about. First of all, let's handle some business up in here right now. All right, so we've talked about this already. You guys got to hit the like button. You guys got to hit the subscribe. We got a big midday show coming. We got a Dara on the desk as well over there today. So let's get this going, man. Over 10,000 right now, 843 watching. Let's get that to 1,500. Have you hit it yet out there, guys? Let's go. Let's hit that right now. We'll put some fun polls up for you in a couple seconds as well. So, let's get that going. 850. We'd like to see a little bit more right now, of course, as we bring this to you. Are we still in 4K or we went down resolution?
I thought we went down.
Right now, but anyway. The highest quality. We've got some crazy stuff happening in there behind us right now, so I cannot wait to show you our new setup. Hopefully, we've said maybe at the end of this week, depending on when the monitors come in, we're going to have Sharif, I'll be able to just be like, me and Sharif are going to be shoulder to shoulder over here. So I'm about to get real comfortable with that, dude. But it's going to be a fun one, much more conversational, and a lot of stuff happening here at Trader TV Live. So hit the like button and the subscribe. Wow, what a cool logo that is. Oh my gosh. ASST, I found my new favorite logo right there. So this is what you guys are voting for right now, what you want us to look at. Neil just talked about SOFI WDS. Well, that's wilding right now. That's up 600%. Robinhood as well, Oracle, CoreWeave, NVIDIA. Is that right? Broadcom is up another 7% today? That is unfreaking believable right now for Broadcom, and pardon my French, but wow. GameStop giving some back today, up 6%, French? But nah, it's not French at all, it's just a saying. That's crazy. I have Broadcom there. Just on the Chilean Nightmare over here, I was like, he's looking over here. But okay. Wholesale inventories coming up at 10 o'clock, so get ready for those, man. Those are on our plus 2%. We're waiting for those coming at 10. So in 2.5 minutes, 3.5 minutes, we're going to go over to Adara to have those numbers. So I'm here on Google at...
Fine.
Oh, I got filled. Oh, yeah, we already got filled on that play. What am I talking about? So now we're at 95s, waiting to get some out here on the bottom. And again, this take was a 238 dip buy that we wrote down earlier. Too bad I was a little scared of it right there. We waited for a little bit lower, but now Google trying to do the best work here and get right back there to the upside, man. Put in the chat if you're green, if you're red. Let's get going, man. Big days. Put what stocks you want us to follow through with. Neil's on
it's
SOFI.
Still ASST up
still
there.
ASST. There goes Google, by the way. We just got it, guys. That's $1 right there.
I don't know why, but it's coming back to the upside. So the halt down on this, I think these guys are just a Bitcoin treasury, I believe.
Okay.
I think it's just the old standard boring Bitcoin treasury for ASTT. Halted down, holds 10, now breaking higher. It needs to get through 12.5 in VWAP, and I think you might see a little bit of continuation there. FDA approved AstraZeneca's. Good luck pronouncing that in children aged 1 and older.
Oh, AZN? What?
Yeah, no,
Cosalugo? Cosalugo. It's not as hard as you think.
Yeah, you know what?
It looked hard.
I gave it like 2 seconds of a look and was like, I'm not even bothering. But so you're halting up on ASST. If it doesn't go any lower from here, then it should halt up. I don't want to jinx it. It takes 15 seconds, might be a fake halt, and it was a fake halt. It didn't hold for long enough. But we did get out. Octo pull all the way back into the low. So just like yesterday was a breakdown consolidation play, and it gave you a $3 range then. It gives it to you again here today. 35 all the way down to 31.5. So I'm out just doing the same thing we did yesterday on OCTO. I keep wanting to say LO because I have it's OCTA that I think about all the time. SOFI was the other name. 52-week high breakout. Now you have me saying all-time high.
Yeah, I am.
It was a 52-week high break. It bounces right off the pre-market highs and then holds VWAP. I'm able to get filled there 26.55 with a 45 long, but it's now coming right back in. So the market is still not looking that great. A couple of red candles. We're holding underneath the volume weighted average price. We're trend down since that number. So I don't know how much I want to hold this if we can't hold this 26.30. If we close this candle and the next couple above, I think it's worthy of an ad. But with the market pulling back in here, you think you got to take the money and run when you have a chance to get it. NVIDIA, that's just hugging the volume weighted average price as we speak. It's trying to pull back. Initial play long worked out fine, but with the market looking weak, I want to see some signs of strength in the overall market before I take a reload in both NVIDIA and Robinhood. And I'm skeptical. I don't know if I need to get Robinhood if I'm already in SoFi.
Yeah, so we're just, probably a good point there about being in one versus the other for sure, or both of them, right? Because that's part of what I'm dealing with right now. And it's like, I'm in Google, I've been getting it out, we're bouncing off the 50-period moving average. Do I think it's going higher? Yes. But are we nervous a little bit about the market? Yes, but the market's holding out, so no, really, not that nervous about the market. But just wondering if we do have enough juice to get through some of these levels. And I mean, we do have the all-time high coming through on Google, hopefully soon. All right, it's number time with Adara.
U.S. wholesale inventories here, 0.2% is the forecast, coming in at 0.1%, so slightly lower than expected here. Again, 0.1% for the wholesale inventories month over month versus 0.2% forecast. Wholesale sales month over month actually above expectations, 1.4% versus 0.2% expected. We are also expecting that vote here on the Fed nomination for Stephen Myron. So we'll have to find out how that went. He had his testimony last week, received a lot of questions. So we're going to have to wait and see how everything sorts out with regards to that Fed nomination, especially key ahead of the Fed meeting 1 week from today. Now, it's also worth noting here, of course, Oracle and watch with those earnings. Here's the market not reacting too much to that number, but Oracle moving a lot of other AI names here too, including NVIDIA, Palantir, CoreWeave. They actually did have a double miss, but Oracle did guide a 77% increase in cloud infrastructure revenue this year. They expect it to grow also significantly over the next 4 years, including a staggering $144 billion print there for fiscal 2030. Then we have Synopsys, SNPS, on watch here. They did have a double miss, much like Oracle, but unlike Oracle, down about 30%. Q4 adjusted EPS guide well below estimates. Their sales guide actually beat estimates. So before we send you back to the guys, we're going to take a moment to thank our friends at OGen. Each year, 3.8 million concussions are reported in the U.S., but there's still no FDA-approved treatment. NYSE-listed Orgenix, OGEN, is changing that with its first-in-class intranasal drug designed for rapid brain access. With the concussion treatment market projected to reach $8.9 billion by 2027, Orgenix is uniquely positioned to lead the way. Learn more and schedule a meeting today. Back to you.
All right, I was...
I gotta repeat that.
Yeah, go do the burning cat.
CoreWeave is running like a burning cat, someone just said. Now, I've never observed a burning cat, and hopefully I never have. Hopefully I never have to. That just doesn't seem like a good look. But I suppose it aptly describes what's going on in a few of these names. Oracle back essentially near its all-time high, which is basically just wherever it's topped out today because everything is a blue sky setup for that. CoreWeave 23% to the upside. To say that this is getting impressive for these related names is absurd. Like it's not even doing it justice. I don't have any adjectives for what we're seeing in Oracle.
Absurd is a good one, I think.
Absurd.
The adjective itself is
ridiculous. I mean,
both
bamboozling to the shorts, like all of that stuff is what's happening. And Oracle.
Oh my God, Palantir.
Unbelievable Oracle. I can't even. Yeah.
What did Oracle doing now? Oh,
right back at
40%. Okay, so yeah, I guess we'll be able to get our 40%. So made a mistake or not, man. I mean, props it up for Palantir. It's a big stock there today. We made our daily goal alone on Google, but Palantir helped it out. We just put an offer there, and I didn't realize that would, because we had gotten out, didn't realize that had put us out of the stock, but we only had 7% anyways. So nice move there for Palantir. Got it out at the 200. Yeah, it's working out pretty darn good there. And we just tweeted it out again that our 238 is pretty huge here. So I'm going to get another piece out, 34s if we can. That's me on Nasdaq. We just got it. So a nice little take there on Google as it's back to VWAP. And we said we're going to get this. We said we're going to get it at VWAP. So there's a decent out for us there, as we still have about like 20% or so of this one as we ride pretty good right now on Google. Today's big news, man, is IPO time, of course, as we've been sitting here talking not all about it, but we're going to look at Klarna today. We're going to look at Gemini in the next couple days as well.
I thought that was Friday.
Yeah, Friday for Gemini. Yeah, for sure Friday. So that'll be coming through there. We'll be looking at them and see what they're doing. But right here is KLAR is, I don't know why I didn't call it up for you guys, but still $40 tap. And like, you know, Neil and I are here to tell you guys if anything happens, you know, we'll have it for you and we'll show it to you. But right now, this is what the imbalance looks like. It's 2 mil. So I don't know if there's any time in the next little while that this is going to go off. So yeah, Klarna, just, you know, get ready for it. It's coming today, and it should be a good one. So we're excited over here for that, and as should you be. So we'll wait to see how it trades. If anything, it's going to give a lot of volume through the name, so that'll give you some trading opportunities in and around probably 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock or so. But you never know when it's going to pop off. So we'll keep you updated. We got our ear to the ground. If Adara obviously sees anything news related or anywhere, she'll be talking to us about it. So yeah, we're excited for Klarna coming out today, and it should be a decent trade. So we'll wait to see where that market goes. But so far so good here today. And I mean, Google just continues to get up. So nice play there for Google. We couldn't be happier with the way we traded this today. The posted level of 238 worked like a glove, so like a charm. So there it goes, man. Boom. We just should have reloaded it there again. But I'm happy as can be with this trade. So far so good there for that name.
Yeah, so far so good. The only L I'll take will end up being SOFI. The one that I didn't expect to happen, pulled back in, and the market's blasting. So for the fact that we're back into the prior high is not the end of the world, but the market's blasting higher and through the volume weighted average price. I might just take it again if we can hold this level and then give some kind of a rebound trade if we're going station to station on these things. We're going to go to Adara in a quick second, but here's the thing. Robinhood, the initial long, that actually holds very cleanly higher. So the trend is still looking very good on Robinhood after the all-time high break. Might just pop back over to this. And if you're looking at ASST, just a quick update, it opened back up after the up halt and is not doing much. So up halt, open, sideways. I don't know if these guys are going to be the jam like the Treasury plays. I'm just checking. Octo still looks weak from earlier, and you're not really getting any follow through. When the market's strong, they don't need meme stocks. Adara.
Just keep an eye here on the market. Not necessarily market moving, but still definitely interesting. Apparently, I'm seeing here is CBOE is planning on launching cash-settled futures and options on a new index tracking technology and growth-focused U.S. stocks. So interesting CBOE announcement here. Again, planning to launch cash-settled futures and options on a new index to track tech and growth-focused U.S. stocks. Back to you.
Okay, so yeah, so far so good there. I mean, more interesting opportunities there to trade. Again, we talked about the possibility of more hours coming for the trading floor like Nasdaq and NYSE, obviously with Blue Ocean and things like that. And then we hear Robinhood throwing down some new ideas last night as well for that trading opportunity. So yeah, 24-hour trading seems to be just around the corner. I mean, it will never be 24 hours. They got to settle and they got to get that all figured out, but be close enough to that. So we'll wait to see how that revolutionizes trading. I think it's going to be a big difference for different event spots, right? Because you're not going to have the open and closing volumes, I don't think, that you would have had normally, because it's not like you could just get out of Oracle right now. It's going to be trading on the Nasdaq live.
You just want to have the same priority.
The only difference I want to know is that when will the market makers trade? If they're only going to trade 9:30 to 4, then it'll pretty much be the same. If it's just going to be ECNs and gateways everywhere, then I'm not that interested in trading with other day traders. I actually want to trade with the big guys. So we'll wait to see what winds up happening in that market, but it's going to be interesting. That is for sure. Google right now, huge move up. I don't know what you thought. I mean, I know you're excited about it. I mean, we all are excited.
Everyone's excited for it. What I've found is like whenever there's a change that people say it's going to destroy this type of trading or it's going to put these people out, there's always a bunch that don't bother to adapt, like when the 9Z floor went away.
Yep.
When the floor traders died out. But the opportunities that came out of it were tremendous. You know, and overall, it's just the game will change a little bit. I think you'll probably have to adjust the time periods in which you think most of the action happens and be willing to say, well, if you made most of your money in the first hour, it might be a little different. Like maybe there's another time of the day which ends up being your honey. But you just got to be open to that something could be drastically different for you, and you have to figure that out as it happens. So just be open-minded. I think you'll be fine overall, but we'll see. At the end of the day, we have at least months and months away. At some point next year, we'll go, and it's not 24 hours. I believe 23.5 is what it will actually work out to be. There's still gonna be some kind of a 1 hour like settling period for sure. And yes, that's part of why we're doing all these renovations, to make sure that we're ready for the moment.
Yeah, we're going to be, looking to do some more broadcasting and give you guys a couple more looks. So we're excited to do that. Like we're redoing the whole news desk and everything. It's going to be absolutely great. We can't even see Adara now. So, no. That's going to change completely, where we're able to communicate more freely with even with our side guys here, Joe and the guys on the side, Joe and Sharif. Like you'll be able to see them sitting right beside me here very, very shortly. So that should be exciting. We wait for those monitors to come in, and it should be a good time. All right, so 240 back there for Apple, for Google. Props it up to anybody following that trade. It's been a monster one, and so was Palantir, man. I mean, Palantir was huge. Could have been bigger, but we didn't have too much faith as it was breaking lower, and the Nasdaq kind of gave it back a little bit there. So Palantir continued to move while the Nasdaq went up right here. That was a little bit deceiving because there's where the Nasdaq went up. There's the move back in for Palantir, and I was nervous about us losing the bid there. I don't really. Thinking back on it, I would like to rewind the tape and see what my logic was there, but we did break below 164, and that's the thing. I'm trying to follow the rules even more so nowadays, and that is wait for your levels to develop. If they do and they break, fine, get out, man. You're not going to call every level, although it seems like we're on a crazy heater lately, but anything can stop at any time, and you don't want to give back everything you made today, give it back tomorrow or vice versa. So I think it's just, make sure you stay with what you're doing. Like right here, I'm going to get some more out at 240. It's a key level. Do I think it's going higher? Yes, but we have to capture a little bit of this profit, right, which we've been doing. So more outs here at 240, and we'll try to sit on our hands now. I only have 10%, actually a little bit more, about 15% left now on Google. So we're pretty happy with what's been going on there. Check back in on the big dog of the day, right? I mean, all right, Neil, well, I mean, now it's still 40%. So Oracle holding out now.
Unreal.
You mentioned like catching the back there, so this might be it. Like that's now double topped up here at 340. So there could.
I ain't shorting it.
I'm not shorting it either. But for those of you that are, there could be. It's like yesterday, man. We were
I'm
sitting
sure
here.
There's plenty of people that are going to short it.
When QMM was $300 and we saw it dance around, it was like, oh, finally, you saw some size. It's starting to go back to the downside. Then it finally halted to the downside, and that was at 300. Now it's at 120. So there are shorting opportunities in dangerous names. But you have to be ready and make sure that you don't, as I like to say, raw dog that, and make sure you have a stop. And if you're going to go short there, do not let this thing blow through 340, man.
Yeah, as long as you have an out, you can, they're not. It's not like it's untradeable.
I think it's very tradable. 44 million shares for a $300.
It's vastly different from shorting in what that QMMM was, because in Oracle, if you set a stop on Oracle, you're going to get out. You don't have to worry about execution. On that other stock, you had to worry about execution. Like we said, the only people that are really going to make money are the hedgies that can just say, I'm not getting out. They just go short. They can be out of the money. They can be short at 100 and out of the money when it's at $300, but they're not buying back in. They're just going to hold it until they're eventually right. And it takes a GameStop moment, pun intended.
People like the short Oracle spots.
No, it's not bad. Here's what I'll say. I'm looking at a reversion, but it's actually not a short reversion. I'm looking for a long breakout reversion, and that's GameStop. Trend down has held from the entirety of the pre-market, and if it breaks out above VWAP just over 25, it's breaking that trend. So that's where my next trade is looking like it's going to be as we go back up to the desk with Adara.
Keep an eye here, Netflix and Amazon. There's a report here coming from Variety, suggesting that the companies are teaming up on ads. So keep an eye here on Netflix and Amazon. Report here from Variety. Apparently, they're announcing new partnerships here to boost ad opportunities. AMZN and Netflix. Again, unclear if they're partnering together, but apparently both companies, I guess, they're going to be setting this alliance to broaden their connected TV impressions for ad buyers. So again, AMZN, Netflix reportedly working together here, or at least allied here to broaden their connected TV impressions for ads. Back to you.
Thank you, Adara. Yeah, Amazon ripping upside here. Google absolutely hot fire right now. Google is now $2 in the money. And oh yeah, by the way, remember we were talking about shorting Oracle? How there it goes, man. Both Neil and I sat here when it was 337 and was like, yeah, you could do it. Make sure you have a 340 out, because if you did get that 340 out, I was watching it, I think you maybe had 15 to 20 cents of slippage if you put in a market order or something like that. So I think you did okay there if you were short, but not something that I would be doing today. We actually marked down long onlys on Oracle, and it's too bad because you know the price that we had written down today on here? Absolutely ridiculous. 310. You know, it goes to 312 there, right off the open, like 312 and bounces. Crazy, up $28 from the lows.
That is how
there
they do.
There is Oracle. So that's how earnings season goes sometimes. But wow, there goes Google right now. That is new all-time highs, and we are now $2.50 in the money on that play. So yeah, man, we're pretty happy with the trading there on this name. Can it get better? I don't know. We'll just have to wait to see if we can get any better prints coming through here on Google. But for right now, let's take something out. You got, for me, all-time highs, pre-market high level. You know, if this had happened early, sure, we would have punched it. It didn't happen early, so we didn't, and we were able to get our dip buys. So that's why we're putting out 2 levels there on the note and trying to trade accordingly against those levels. So yeah, so far so good there today. We've hit our levels. We've only traded those 2 names. Open Door was another look for me today. It's not going, it's actually going up. We had 580 written down as a dip buy opportunity. And then GameStop with their special warrant issued there. I don't know if it's actionable or not, because it's got to get to $32 and you have a year. These get offered, I think it's October 5th or 7th, those warrants are going to get dropped in your account. So for every 10 shares you have of GameStop, they're giving you 1 free share at $32.
Well, at least the thing is, last earnings, they dropped an offering.
Right.
They straight up dropped an offering. The last 2 earnings, and it got tanked. So the good news is they didn't do that. So I kind of felt like I was going to look for any kind of a squeeze long, which is hopefully the next opportunity. I've been asked a couple times in the chat, we've been asked a couple times in the chat, what is going on with Upstart? A lot of things dipped at the open. That does seem a little bit extreme, but I don't have a specific story that I've seen on Upstart. So keeping our eye,
well, it's Klarna, right? I mean,
it could be sell the news because Klarna's coming IPO. We've seen that before, but Upstart down 7.5%. As I mentioned, the next thing I'm looking for is this GameStop. It is very close to breaking the trend, but if you look at anything that's trending down, when it breaks the trend line is always a moving target. It would have been at VWAP, but this will break trend before it gets to the volume weighted average price now. So kind of eyeballing it here, there's your 3-minute trend line. As long as it breaks that top, I'm going to go into the long here. The market is starting to come back in. Now, early long's good. Some of the dip buys are better than others. Oh, by the way, Oracle just came back under 340.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it just dropped $4 and still going. I still have Oracle up because if Oracle tanks, I think you want to be reversing out of your related longs.
Okay, stretching. All right, it's $3 now on this Google trade. So we've been posting it up on Twitter, and it's going. So let's just figure out if anything else is going upside as well. Let's check out my guy Marvell there today, $66. So again, I like that stock. I like this level here for Marvell, but it's fallen back in again. So that was 68. Wow, that got really going here early was Marvell. Look at crypto right now. IBIT and Bitcoin really starting to go. Let's take a quick look at some of our crypto gainers here today and see what exactly is flying around. Wow, this Google is like, we thought today might be special with Klarna and everything like that, but Google is making today a day by itself right now. Again, a holding in many of our accounts, and just continues to work, man. That Google trade, posted it up, and when things work, when you post them, it makes, what the heck? What is this stock? This is not a, I don't know what this is. That must be a mistake. Okay, so right here, Ethereum up 2.5% right now. XRP floating around a little bit. It's had a good little run off that 280 marker that we've talked about a couple times here as well. Tether, of course, is still $1. Solana's a nice one right there. So we'll ride the bull on some of these names, that's for sure. And it looks like Solana helping out that little move. Dogecoin today, 24 cents. Cardano, 89. We like that. Up 7, up 12% right there. We had Chainlink with some movers yesterday with CWB.
Yeah.
So yeah, good call there. Chainlink, but only up nothing anyways. Wrapped coin, Hypercoin, Wrapped Bitcoin. What else is there? Wrapped Ethereum. So yeah, not much going on actually in the space right now, other than some of those coins that we had talked about. But that's your cryptocurrency. Quick little look there as we'll wait to see what Bitcoin is wanting to do here into the close. So into the open. But Marvell downside. It's IBIT today. I think it's up 3% or so. IBIT right there. Yeah, 2.5% for IBIT. That name's still going. So yeah, we like that stock there for crypto. But yeah, nice move there. And I don't even know what to say about Alphabet. It just went to 241 and change, so we got a really great price there. So let's see if we can sort of absorb that and still go long here on the space, Google.
Yeah, by the way, you're now 333 and still heading down on Oracle here.
Oh, no.
For anyone asking, Klarna, we do not know when it will open. It's still indicating 40. There's been no change on that. It's nowhere close. 2.5 million to the buy side. It is significantly oversubscribed. But Oracle, I'd watch out for this. Like, it's every time it's dipped, it's held the same level. Area or trend line is the best way to put it. Area, trend line. And it just dipped underneath the trend line. So I don't know if that's going to be a good thing for the stock. It makes me not want to reload NVIDIA at this moment, but I did get into the trend break on GameStop. I'm going to risk it and save the trend line in here. So this one's broken the trend line, but watch out 25.10 to 25.25. That's where it was at the open, and it's failed once, and then you had a big seller right here around 25. I start to see that come in again, and you've got to be able to break a seller like that if it's going to go anywhere. Let's go over to the desk. I believe Adara has.
First, we'll go with BTCC. So we're going to tell you a little bit about BTCC right here. Okay. So 14 years, zero hacks, zero excuses. BTCC.com delivers when others don't. Trade Bitcoin up to 500 times leverage, even Tesla, gold, and Forex. With smart copy trading, you just don't watch the pros. You can also trade like them. Regulated in both the United States, Canada, all three, and Europe. Trusted by over 6.8 million traders. Trader TV Live exclusive. Scan that QR code that you see on your screen right now to grab 15% deposit bonus. That's btcc.com where the pros trade, and now so can you. And there's the information there. Listen to us. If you're trading anything, 500 times leverage, I think there's some opportunities there. We've been talking about how hot that market has been, but Oracle pulling back, Google not, Google still going to the upside. Let's go to Adara for some news on the desk.
No news, just to talk about small caps. Here's ATRO. They're kind of few and far between today, guys. A lot of these seem to have already given up the move, but if you want more small cap action, of course, join our midday show. Sharif trades these. So we do have ATRO and watch Astronics Corporation, $1.5 billion market cap. So on the larger side, they did announce plans to offer $210 million in convertible senior notes due 2031. They announced that last night. Today, stock headed to the upside. WLDS already given back a lot of this move. Last night, they did have their earnings for the first half of the fiscal year. Then this morning, they announced they actually received a patent here in the U.S. for breakthrough voice and gesture control. Last but not least, OPEN, once again on watch here. Again, not a small cap name necessarily in the low single digit billions, but this one getting a lot of steam consistently and a lot of retail attention. Started again back in July now, late July, when Eric Jackson of EMJ Capital started pumping this one on social media. Again, this one definitely still very volatile and on watch. Back to you.
Yeah, open door, and sometimes, there's just too much else that's exciting. Open door probably falling by the wayside. You had all those crypto plays, the treasury plays, and now you've got the overall market looking entirely too strong.
Oh my God.
We're through VWAP finally. So GameStop's starting to go. Look, these guys did beat. They beat top and bottom, in addition to the warrant. So it was a good quarter for them. And the other great thing about this stock is, well, somebody was accumulating and was holding in these low 20s, and now you have like a clean breakout. It's a technical breakout. They beat on earnings. They reversed a nasty trend of rug pulling by diluting when they report. That at least has not happened here, 7% up. I'm just looking for this to get back into the next level, $25.50. If we can get there, then we'll be happy with the move. And leader 42, the upstart thing, we're just guessing is sympathy. You know, Klarna, sometimes when an IPO comes out, it can signal like topish, or I don't know. It can signal a temporary top in the space, right? So Klarna in the same space. I haven't checked out with Affirm. I mean, Affirm is Affirm going down too. That would make sense if Affirm was also going down. Yeah, and Affirm went down, but nowhere nearly as bad as up. UPST was down 7%. Affirm's flat. So that might not be it. It might not be it.
Yeah, we'll do our best to try to answer all the questions that you guys have. I mean, Klarna right now with their IPO still looking at $40. So, yeah, definitely interested in that one. Wow, I mean, shout out to Chef Joe, man. You found another one, and there's props right there to you because, wow. I mean, just give it up to Broadcom. I mean, you know, we talked about like how some of these stocks have just been so hot fire. While I mean, this daily chart for AVGO is just something to be admired, honestly, man. I mean, this was crap. We have the split still. This bottom of 140, 370 right now. I mean, still going up another 9.5%. I mean, these guys catch wind on every good story. So there it goes, man. Nice move there for AVGO. And we both just heard in our ear that GameStop was taking out highs as well. So not overly intraday highs. The pre-market high is still $26. Good double take down there at $24. So comes right into there, bounces off again. Broadcom going higher. Everything getting going here today. Up 10%. Broadcom was not expecting that. AMD, which caught and moved yesterday in the after hours, was looking for some continuation today. Didn't really catch it, but now you're above VWAP, so that's looking healthier right there, as is NVDA. They've been looking great. Wow. I mean, Neil, we might be going back to all-time highs by the end of this week for NVIDIA right now. 177 up another 4%. You do this tomorrow, you are at all-time highs. We closed yesterday at 170, and I was talking about buying the dip in this one. We wanted to get 160s down there. You know, sometimes you wait and it's good, and sometimes you wait and no so much. But you can buy NVIDIA at any of these levels. I think you'll be fine over the next little while. But all right, let's go over to Neil.
Every trader knows that if you want to grow, you got to risk more. At least that's how it used to be. Trade the pool is changing all of this. The new revolution in stock trading is here. You don't need a large deposit. Trade the pool is built for any trader who wants to grow without putting everything on the line. Just small skin in the game, and you're trading with real capital. Here's how it works. Pay a one-time evaluation fee starting at $47. That's it. That's your total risk. From there, you trade real shares, no CFDs, using company capital. Head to tradethepool.com or scan the QR code on the screen in front of you. Shout out to Trade the Pool. We'll see them next month. They're going to be coming on through on the 13th of October, I believe. Canadian Thanksgiving. Oh, Canada. So look, the market is booming right back into the upside, except for, well, just keep an eye on Oracle. I mean, Oracle made a higher low. It's still kind of holding on to that uptrend, just not as crazy as it was earlier. A couple of pullbacks have been bought back up here on Oracle, 39%. Well,
it's probably still going to work, man.
Yeah, that's one of the more unpredictable moves. Like, there's just no realm of possibility in which, if you had said to me Oracle is going to be up 40%, I would have probably laughed at you yesterday. Not probably, I would have 100% laughed, for sure. Going back over the GameStop, it's not breaking out of
its only expected move was 9%.
That's what I'm saying. Like, 15%, I'd have been like, yeah, we do well, it's going to be 15% or so. That'd be a good day for Oracle. 40%, the rich just get richer. I saw some people in there saying that in the chat, and I love our community, by the way, the AI bubble is going to be real. People have been saying that for a while. The thing about bubbles is every time we go into a big bull rally, it's technically some sort of bubble, because just look at how much money we print. And when we print all that money chases the next thing. And that next thing is real. It's AI. At some point, when the printing money faucet slows down, then we get the bubble popping. Until that happens, just ride the wave. Enjoy yourself. That's all you can do.
We got out of some Google there as well on the way down, so we have just a small piece left on that one as we just hang out now a half hour until the midday show. Should be exciting over there. But thank you, George. What's up, George? Howdy, George from Texas. I was able to capitalize on y'all's. What's up? I like that, on y'all's. What's up? What's up, y'all? On y'all's technical analysis for swing trades. Made $8 grand.
Well played.
Oh my God.
This week on NVIDIA calls. Thank you guys for keeping it 100. Yeah, we're about in Texas, George. You don't have to super chat it, but let us know there. And there we go. So what's up to Death God? What's up to Trip and Mike Peter Ryder here as well. Aaron Scott Will. What's up? Joseph is here as well. What's up to Rudy? People in the chat supporting us every single day. So thank you so much for that. And you don't have to super chat. I mean, it's great to do that. Thank you so much as we continue to build up our, our portfolio of office space here, studio space. But there it is. I want to see how many people hit the like button. That's what I want to get people to do, was hit the like button on the stream right now. So I don't know where I can't find it. How many likes do we have? Right, 1.2K. Thank you so much for doing that. Hit it again. Don't hit it again, actually. Hit it if you haven't hit it. Hit it again. We'll take it away. Like, uh-oh, what have I done? Oh, we're adding it back right there. So hit the like button, like and subscribe to the stream. And we're doing this every single day, all day until 4:30, where we end with our recap. So thank you, George, for that super chat. And again, congratulations. Thank you, Jack CW, here becoming a member as well. Hey, what's up, Kramer? But thank you so much to everybody for joining us. We do have news on the desk when it breaks. We have news segments. And right now, I think we got to go over to Adara. Yes, says Andre. Let's go.
Keep an eye on HIMS. This one popping up a little bit here. Now, first it was reported by Bloomberg, then the company confirmed itself at 9 a.m., but they are expanding into testosterone treatments here on their website. For some reason, this was just recirculated a bit on X, so it got another pop here. But again, HIMS, in case you missed it earlier today, confirming, following a Bloomberg report, that they are actually expanding into testosterone treatments. Back to you.
I forgot I could put my order in.
Yeah, so Klarna right now, we just want to tell everybody, new price target for the open on Klarna is
That's
now
the first update.
$48. So with multiple, with multiple millions on here, but no. 400, maybe, I don't know, man. We could sit here and say maybe it's going to open sometime soon, but it's probably not. So there's the first update right there, $48 on Klarna. The level 2 is going to look like this until it opens, and when it does, you're going to see some craziness probably happening right there. Klarna right now, 500,000 shares still to buy. Most of these, and there's the update, see, 1030. So we just got it right there, 48. So maybe the next update might come at 11 or something like that with the next price. So if you are interested in buying Klarna off the open, right now you have to be willing to pay at least $48. That's now. We've seen the tap come back as well. It's not like it can't get back to 40. They're just analyzing the bid and the ask right now and trying to figure out who's got what where. And, that's what's happening right now on Klarna. So we'll figure out what that buy side, demand side looks like, and that price will update accordingly. Right now, $48 on Klarna. So we just wait for that open, and, we'll hit it when it gets there for now. But Neil and I have sat here and looked at many IPOs, and they don't necessarily go off right away.
We'll chill out.
Yeah, we'll be here. We'll be talking about it. The guys on the midday will have it as well, so they're entitled to New York, obviously. So once it opens up, you'll get a live quote no matter what. So stay here for live Klarna trading.
Yeah, and just very quickly, thank you again, George, for that super chat. I've seen people in the chat saying they got the issue at $40. Hopefully, some people will complain about how much they got, but hey, as long as you're in, it's going to be free money. Like that 48 is not, it'll be open higher than 48. It certainly should expect.
How are they getting it? Is that off? Because I know some apps will.
Robinhood.
Why did you get $40? I don't understand that. I don't.
No, because they got the issue.
Yeah, but that's not, the price was 35 or 37 or something.
No, it was 40. I think they moved it to 40. I'm pretty sure they moved it to 40.
Oh, okay, they moved it to 40. Okay, I just know that was the tap price. Yeah. So
the initial tap usually is whatever the issue. So Michael Baldwin just said that they got one share. Natish is asking limits for now 76 change for myself. But I don't know. Like I tend to move it as it goes up. I don't think it'll settle. If I thought it was going to open at 48, my limit would probably be like 55 or something. Because it's always a price you're not willing to pay if something stupid happens at the last second.
Yeah.
Just very quickly, I did get out of GameStop. It went right into what was the first available level, which is 25.5, and pulled a little reverse. The second it did that, I'm like, okay, it's a trend reversal from a short. I'm going to take that long. I'm going to play it sort of station to station. The other thing to keep in mind on the higher time frame for GameStop after earnings is it rejected the 200-period moving average here. So there's a limit to how bullish I am when it rejects a level like this. I don't mind kind of snipering on any trend break, but like take the dub and then move on to the next opportunity is the way that I want to go. Mr. Westermeyer got 40. You got your max? Wow, okay. So anybody getting what they asked or what they were willing to take on the IPO, that's fantastic. A lot of times you're just simply not going to get. Yeah, you'll ask for like 1,000 shares and they'll give you like 10. You know, so it's good on you if you're able to get it. I don't love the fact that it's only 500,000 shares. I feel as if Figma and Bullish and Circle, CoreWeave, they were all still over 1 million to the buy side at this point, but that's not the end of the world. I think it could still be fine for sure. Just going right back over to Oracle, I think this could give an indication of what the next move might be and what the next trade I'll be looking for is. If I see this, like it was holding on to a previous trend, slightly broke. Now if you just look at it from the break of the open high, it's now setting a new trend, which kind of corresponds with that. You want this to push higher. If it can push higher, then I would feel so much better about reloads on any of the big tech stocks. And if we break down, kind of thinking the weakest AI chip name was AMD. And if Oracle pushes back down, it's AMD that I would look for the short. It's only at VWAP, big time lower high, and the technical hold on AMD, right back up at 164, big gap up, it's at the 50 on the daily. Like, yeah, it got rejected pretty much where I would expect to when you look at the charts, like where's the most obvious place to reject? Right here at 164. That's what it did. So if this puts in a lower high, and if I see Oracle start to break down, I feel like it's AMD that I would want to take a shot at the short with. So far, it's been pretty clean this morning. And if you're shorting the market, I only want to do so if Oracle decides it's near done.
Yeah, it looks like near done might be Google. I mean, that's definitely pulling back just a little bit right now. But some of the stories here today, APDN apparently is going. So APDN.
What's that one again?
Here we go, man. Applied DNA Sciences. So maybe we will throw to Adara for a story here. But there it goes, man. 240 up to 370. APDN. She probably talked about it a couple times, but it is starting to go right now. Okay, she's not seeing anything right now. I just heard her mention. So let me just type it in myself and see what we got. APDN right now. It's definitely a small cap runner. So we'll just check it out. Applied DNA Sciences right now. So, okay, she's got it.
I can talk. There's no news on it though. And I'm not seeing any headlines on it either coming through on X, but $3.58 million market cap. I've definitely seen this ticker before, so it's a previous runner. Float of 1.28 million shares, short float just over 5%. So again, small float, small market cap for APDN, and it has been a previous runner, but I'm not seeing any news or anything specific.
Okay, thanks, Dara. Yeah, here it is right here, just for your viewing pleasures. 518,000 share float. So, yeah, short float on that one for sure. The short is only 12%, which is quite a lot for this kind of a name. But we'll wait to see here what it means now as we'll give it a go on APDN. And again, when it's an applied science name, so, you know, potentially these names are always buyout candidates or something like that if they ever get something developed. Or, you know, that's the problem is they get hit. Especially when rates are a little high. This is a good rate play as well. Some of these, you've seen IWM, and especially in the health technology space where they do need to borrow a lot of cash to fund sort of the tests and the development of the drugs, or this is a DNA science play, so a lot of studies need to be done there. So we'll see if that continues to go higher there. Like Adara said, it's a past name talker. Looks like we went reverse split on this name. So it looks like we went from 30 or 60 cents all the way up to $6. And I don't hate to do it, actually. I like to talk about this because we mention all the time, watch out for reverse split names.
I hate stocks.
And so even if you like the name, like even if you think Lucid, well, actually, now Lucid's back. Lucid went down to 17 or something,
Is it back?
Yeah, so there's the reverse.
If it breaks 20.
Right, that's what I mean. So there's the reverse split level there. We went all the way down, and after 3 days of reverse splitting, it went down 25%, really for no reason, and now it's right back to its reverse level again of $20. So that could be something where we look out for a break on LCID, potentially breaking lower, breaking through $20, and then you want to get that trade into your account. So we'll watch out for that play right there on LCID, but. Yeah, man, to me, the story today, I know it's going to be Oracle, but out of nowhere, I don't want to say out of nowhere, Broadcom, we have Chef Joe crushing this trade. He mentioned that his target of 370 got filled. I mean, what a target that was. And there it is, man, Broadcom up 10% and still looking like it wants to go, man. I mean, it's holding the highs here. Obviously, when we get to some key levels, and we talked about the Nasdaq today dripping off of its all-time high, so that's what was made right here, 24,000. So now you're starting to get a little bit of a pullback in the Nasdaq a little bit. I don't know, we were up 0.6, it's up 0.4
Look at CoreWeave, too.
That was up
21%.
Okay, well, that was up 9% when I saw it.
21% CoreWeave's up. This Oracle number has people losing their minds on some of these stocks. And this is, when you have days like today, remember, like the NASDAQ is up 0.4%. 0.4. Like these are individual names that are going ham. Like this is Oracle, this is CoreWeave, this is specific, NVIDIA is doing its own thing as well. But for Broadcom to be doing what it's doing and to see the NASDAQ up 0.4%, is telling you where they're picking the winners. I just saw in the chat someone saying, what is going on with was it CCL? EMAD? Yeah, okay, I'm not hearing anything in my ear, but then I haven't been hearing anything in my ear for most of the morning. So
no, I mean, either.
No, something, I don't know what's going on with Carnival Cruise, but clearly there's probably some news here, unfortunately.
Oh, I hear something now.
What was that?
What is
I just heard something, but that wasn't Carnival in my ear. Yeah, that's not very good. Carnival, this had been on a good run too. Like this has been trending higher for quite some time. NCLH has been doing well, but let's go to Adair. We have Sector Watch, and then we can figure out the news here with Carnival. Yuck.
I'm not sure this is what it is, but for what it's worth, CCL did have, I guess, Princess, one of their lines here, announcing new Mexican Riviera shore excursions for the 2025-2026 sailing season. That's the only catalyst I'm seeing on this stock. That came out at 10 a.m. Unsure if that's why, and there's not enough social media attention for me to really gauge what's happening here. There's only been about 5 posts in the last hour. So let's talk here about Sector Watch, because as Neil and Sean alluded to, there is a very distinct difference in how these AI type names are performing and how everything else is trading. So electronic technology, NVIDIA, Broadcom, AMD, Arista Networks, Micron, Dell, all of these AI adjacent and chip adjacent names pushing sharply to the upside after Oracle did provide very strong, to put it mildly, guidance, not only for this year for cloud infrastructure revenue, but also going forward the next 4 fiscal years after that. Tech services reflecting that AI strength as well. Oracle leading the way up almost 40%. Palantir up nicely here as well. Microsoft slightly green, but a lot of the other names in this bright red, with Synopsys down 35% after its earnings report and back below $400. Finance a bit mixed. Retail trade weak across the board here. Amazon leading the way. Health technology weak. Consumer non-durables weak. Consumer services weak. Transportation, communications, health services after a stellar day yesterday. Looks like that's back to the downside. But let's talk about utilities, because some of these names are strong, particularly Vistra and CEG. That's because these names are kind of data center adjacent as well with regards to what's needed there, the energy to power the data center. So CEG having a good day as well, again, likely off of sympathy with Oracle. Back to you.
Be going a little bit nuts right now.
Thanks
GEV for all of that.
Never been so angry for a stock to go up. The thing about ever selling a long-term position or taking profit on it is if your intention is to then buy the ensuing dip, well, guess what happens if you miss the dip? Then instead of having 100% of something good, you might have 80 or 90% of something good, which is fine. It's just not the same as 100%.
Right.
And there's no science to it. You could easily just buy the 50-period moving average, and that would have worked out nicely. But as Adara said, all of these, if you're related to the data center game right now and leverage there, you're just flying to the upside. I can only imagine. Come on, SMR, what are you doing today? because I would suspect some of the other nuclear names might be doing well. Only 1%? I don't like that. I don't like GEV up 6% and SMR up 1%. You're supposed to move more, I'm just, I'm wagging the finger at it. Like, you're the one that doesn't make any money. So, like, you're supposed to be wildly speculative. And when we're blasting, you're supposed to blast more than the established company, which makes money and all that good stuff. But, whatever. It doesn't have to be logical. It just has to be the way it is. Look, Oracle is still, despite that, if you're just tuning in to the show, first off, don't let the market being up 0.5% deceive you. This has been an unprecedented move upside in names like Oracle, CoreWeave, Broadcom as well, all lifted by the insane guidance that these guys gave for the next 4 years. They're expecting to double cloud, which is nuts, annually.
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe not completely. I think it's like 77% next year. And then if you follow the projections, I think it approaches between 80 to 100% each year after that. It feels like almost like an NVIDIA type moment. Like the first time they gave their crazy numbers, and everyone was like, what the heck? That's what today feels like for Oracle, which, considering that we're at the highs and people think this is a pump, nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw this coming whatsoever. The only thing that looked weak is, I think, catching one heck of a bid. Well, it was.
Oh, still down 3. Okay.
Oh, that sucks. Apple's still down.
Oh, Palantir.
The problem with Apple, why is this still Oracle? There we go. The problem with Apple here is they're not in this game. Like, they're not in that aspect of the AI game. And then they had the advantage, which was sell the news. But I think this is providing an opportunity here for Apple, because this is getting down into that 200 period, 50 period, that 225 area. This pulls back into the low 20s, and I think this is a nice little buy the dip opportunity for you here in Apple. As everyone's kind of looking left, sometimes it's when you want to look right and pick something up, which is out of favor. Let it settle down, but there's going to be a nice bottom to be found, I think, here on Apple. Not entirely their fault. You can point to the event and say that, but there's going to be some effect of, well, they're not a cloud play. They're not an AI. They're not a traditional AI play, so they don't get any love today. All the others do, and that just exacerbates what might have been a smaller down move.
All right. Yeah, I just wanted to, again, look at Palantir. Wow. Yeah, as Neil said, man, high tides are raising all ships right here today, and we actually have that Palantir trade today. I put it out every day. It's this, and there it is right there. Today's talk was Google at 238 and Palantir at 164. Well, I mean, those were like retirement. Like, if you had that, that's $4 straight to the upside. There's 164. That's the low there. We had it, but we got out at the 200 period. Silly me. We still have Google down there, but we've done really well on this. It's just pulling back. And actually, even though we're at these levels, I'm debating right now reloading this thing because we're back into VWAP, and that's going to be a level of somewhat a concern there, 239.50. So, yeah, I'm just nervous that the market may continue to do this. With Google flat on the day, that's not the recipe that I thought we were looking for on Google today. I thought with the Nasdaq up that this name would be rocking, and it's not. It broke. It is rocking, but it broke that 240.50, which was the old all-time high, and we made a new all-time high at 241.50. But we've been pulling back ever since then. So it's going to have one last chance here at VWAP. So let's just try it. Now we'll try a little bit of shares here in the mid 60s. I just put a 67 there. Maybe we get it, maybe we don't. Sometimes I don't know why I wait for the exact levels. And then we'll put a stop in. We actually didn't need to even put a stop in for our last trade because it just kept going. But we're going to put this in right now. We just missed that 67. Okay, we'll pay up a little bit. We'll pay some 77s there, but we just missed the reload there. I'm going to give that's 50s. So let's give it to around there, right? Maybe like a break of 40 or so. There, downside, break 30s, break 30, 239.29 out. And we won't do anything too dramatic with this. So we'll wait to see if it comes into VWAP. We'll take some more shares there if and when that does happen. But there's the quick little reload. So, okay, we get to finally hit this. We are reloaded. We just bought 79s we wound up getting. So if we can get a 99 on 10% of what we have, that's okay. But if it does pull back, we're going to try to get that again today there. Stephen Etienne, what's up, Stevenson? You've been here for a long time. So let me see what you're saying right now. Sean Katina, blow my account today. I don't know what that means. Been in a 22-day losing streak. All right, not good. Going to take a break and get a job. Yeah, Stevenson, so I'm sorry to hear that. I've mentioned all the time that, day trading is a tough go, and I know you've given it a good little run there. So, congratulations on the run that you've had, but it is a tough go, and, many traders fail, and we think that it is a great idea. Just like Neil and I have these side gigs, right? You got to have a job on the side if you can, just help support, especially if you have a family and things like that, because trading is, for most, not very profitable. And you can always ask me, I'll be honest, and I hope we all will be. Obviously, we all will be here, but you have to be honest with yourself as to that. So I think you're doing the right thing. So I actually congratulate you on taking a shot and now regrouping, getting a job, and then rethinking about some of the ideas that you may have. But I feel sorry because 22 days in a row is a tough one. But thanks for sharing that. But yeah. Anyways, I just want to say, you've made up your decision. What I was saying congratulations for is just like, if you're in that rut,
you got to make a call. You got to make a call. I will say this. We don't really do like the managing and risk managing of a floor anymore. But what I can tell you is, I used to always say, like, if somebody came to me when we were hiring, and I would sort of end the interview the same way. I said, look, we bring in anybody that wants to work. If you're willing to put in the effort into the market and try to become a trader, then there's an opportunity for you here. But if you tell me, you know what, I don't think I'm at the right spot in my life to give this a shot, and I couldn't commit the time and effort to try to make it, I think maybe I need to build a bigger bankroll, have a better safety net. If I were to come back in 6 months or a year and be prepared to give it a better shot, I think that would be better for me. And I would always turn to them and say, I think that's a really mature thing. And as a matter of fact, if you ever said that, I'm like, if I see your face and you come back and tell me, I was working for a bit, I built up a bankroll, I'll be able to give my all to this. If you say that at the end of the interview, come back in 6 months, you're hired. Come back in 1 year and you're hired. Because as Sean said, it is really difficult. But if you do give it another shot, I would suggest this, and I saw some people saying this in the chat. Try this, try swing trading, try trading different types of stocks. You don't know as a trader what is going to speak to you and what is going to work for you. There's no such thing as this is the way to trade. There's no such thing as, real traders trade mega cap stocks or big cap tech stocks. Real traders don't trade penny stocks. Real traders don't trade breakouts or crazy low float runners. It's whatever works. Your only job is to find something that works and hit that. So be open-minded as to what that might be when you're trying to discover it, and don't get wrapped up in the, you must be trading this or you must be doing that, because the truth is, over 20 plus years, there's a million different ways that you can be profitable doing this, and usually people aren't profitable because they don't bother trying those different types to find what works for them. Let's go over to Adara. I believe it's only 10 minutes left to go.
Time to talk, as we do every day, about the US dollar, and it is still within more or less this daily range that we've been in now going on a month. But let's talk about the PPI, something much more exciting here, because all of these PPI prints, guys, were lower than expected. In the case of August, the case of month over month PPI for August, we actually got a negative print, negative 0.1% versus positive 0.3% expected. PPI year over year for August, well below estimates as well, 2.6% versus 3.3% expected. The core month over month and year over year prints were also lower than expected, with core month over month PEI also printing negative. But I want to talk as well about the revisions for these PPIs for the previous month. So PPI month over month for August, the prior print there was revised from 0.9% to 0.7% for July. Core PPI year over year, exact same thing. They had a revision here for July from 3.7% to 3.4%. So not only are we getting these lower than expected prints, we're also getting downward revisions of the previous month's prints. Let's talk here about the CME FedWatch tool. I apologize, at the wrong screen up there. CME FedWatch tool seeing 12% of participants looking for that 50 basis point cut. We know Donald Trump, president of the U.S., once again after these numbers, went on Truth Social urging that Powell cut the rates, and I quote, big. So he wants a large rate cut. We're going to have to see if that comes through. But again, right now, with only a week until the decision, things are getting pretty heated, pretty exciting, and 12% of participants expecting a 50 basis point cut. Now, this number is going to be worth watching tomorrow after the CPI print. Back to you.
I mean, here we go, man. We're now almost $1 in the money, and we just put this on 5 minutes ago. So there's another trade for you guys as well right there. And I hope that some of you were looking at it at least, and that's Google off VWAP. It came right back in like that trade. We just missed our 67s, or else we would have had it, and then we wind up punching a little bit more there. Once we missed it, we punched and we added liquidity, removed liquidity, and just got aggressive with it. And there it is, nice move to the upside there as well as we continue to go. So let's figure out what's for lunch today. It's a Joseph favorite right now. So we're going to wait to see what winds up happening. It is beef stroganoff, Joseph. So there it is, man. Get the hot dog gun firing off today again. So we got some beef strogie right now with some buttered egg noodles, steamed veggies, and chef choice salad. So beef stroganoff is, guys, what's for?
I'm actually not a fan. But
lunch. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't hate it, but I'm not a fan.
We get the pre-made salad, so on top of that won't be that. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's that oven roasted delicious turkey from yesterday, or potentially chicken.
No, we're not going to get that
top
same
of the salad
spam from yesterday.
I don't know what you said. No, I would not.
Well, I don't think we ever get it 2 days.
Would not doubt that, but we'll wait to see what happens, and we'll update you guys during the midday. What's going on? Yeah, hamburgers. What's up, Mike Peter?
These guys don't do burgers.
Oh, I know. We had burgers last night, man. Ooh, man. I've perfected making those at home. I feel like never get too many complaints, which is nice, or any complaints. So that was good. We put yesterday. We
can't go wrong with.
We didn't have like the American cheese. We only had Swiss cheese, so we threw on some Swiss cheese on the burgers there yesterday. So yeah. Anyways, something the kids like and eat is always good.
For sure.
Klarna, yeah, let's do Klarna.
It's still, by the way, Klarna is now 1 million. It's back to the million figure on the imbalance, and it's still saying 48. This is an easy way of telling you this is nowhere close to opening up. There's been one update on the auction price, and we're still flying around on the size of the imbalance. Like it goes from over 1 million to down to 500,000 to over 1 million. What'll happen is you'll start to see this update more often. Like it'll go 48, then it'll go to like 53, and then maybe it'll update every 10 minutes, and then maybe every 5 minutes, and that's something you can pay attention to as it starts to calm down and maybe pair that imbalance off. That'll be a little bit easier for you to figure out.
All right, let's bring in the boys here. So hey, Sharif and Joe, how are you guys doing today?
Chillin', Katina, man. How are you, brother?
Good. We're not doing too bad. So today we get a big IPO coming through, right, guys? And that's going to be Klarna. We were just sort of talking about it. Increased competition in the space, right? We know Apple Pay is going to be doing something like that. We know we've got a firm going through, and PayPal and all these kind of things. So what does everybody think about Klarna today?
I don't want to own it.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just being. I got to keep it as real as possible. There is a lot of competition in this space, and then across the board, you have issues in Europe. Everyone's concerned about tariffs and jobs and the overall economy and the average person. And I get it. In some ways, that should mean that more people would need these services. But I don't wonder if the consumer gets under pressure. They already don't make money.
Yep.
Right. And we talked about this, and you look at the crazy rally that I saw Firm go on as well, like where that would just went ham. And I'm a little bit concerned that you get some more overall economic weakness, and maybe these guys are under more pressure than we would think. So I have a little bit of a concern when it comes to that with regards to Klarna, because this is getting to be a little bit of a hefty space, saturated space. And then you throw on top of that, when was the last IPO that we've had that was a big one that did more than 1 or 2 days of upside? So I wouldn't want to own it here. I think you can trade it that first day, but yeah, no.
Here's what I like about it, guys. I mean, I like the fact that they're not just focusing on their buy now, pay later scheme. They're actually trying to expand into an actual bank, and we've seen how well SOFI has done, how well Robinhood has done by expanding their moat. So I really like that, especially because you don't really want to rely on anything that's very cyclical, and I think buy now, pay later is. That's what I like about them. One thing I don't like, boys, is they're raising $1.37 billion, but $1.17 billion of that is actually just going to existing shareholders. Only $200 million is actually going to the company itself. So they're not really raising here a substantial amount of money to continue to grow. So that kind of was a bit of a silver lining to me. I don't know how you boys feel about that.
No, I totally agree. I like this name, actually, and I think partnerships are a really big, important thing, because in the likes of partnering up with Walmart, DoorDash, and OnePay, I think that's going to help grow their customer base. But to add to Sharif's point, getting into the debit cards as well, too, and obviously interest loans. So, I mean, yeah, the space may be getting a little bit crowded, but I think partnerships are a big, big deal in this.
How do you feel about it, Katina, man?
Well, to be honest with you guys, it's September 10th. Our IPO just got listed at $40. We're already tapping $50.
Wow.
So it looks like we're going to go out at least $50. So I think everything we're talking about is fantastic. I think there's going to be a lot of competition. But honestly, I think it's the right space. We saw Figma go to the upside here. We saw Bullish go to the upside early. They've all faded out. I think it's going to be a great day one play. Let's see what's in store day two.
Boom.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're already looking at oversubscription, so it'd be hard not to take a stab at this one, I think, guys.
We're going to be covering that for sure. Hopefully it opens up sooner rather than later.
Hey, over under 12:30. What do you guys think? I say we're going to be later than 12:30.
I'll say 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm going to go a little closer to 1 o'clock. I don't know how you feel.
I'm over.
You're over? Okay.
On the 12:30,
Right.
yeah.
All right.
It's nicey.
Klarna. Let's go.
Oh, that last point, it's nicey. It does feel anecdotally, I don't have stats on this, but it does feel anecdotally that the New York seems to be getting more.
We may be getting closer,
IPO.
by the way.
It just it just updated a second time to that 50 on Klarna.
Yeah, right there.
Here, by the way, QMMM halted up, halted down, and now back open. So
we're not
trading.
We do have Klarna. I just want to show everybody right here because there's 1 minute and we'll go to the guys. I mean, they're locked and loaded. They have all of the same data we have. So right there, Klarna right now. We've already paired off, so it's getting close, man. That's 1.8 million of open interest that's now been taken care of, 1.5 of that. So we have 300,000 left over, so they'll find it. So there's still some buyers, right? So they're gonna pair it off, and then when this gets near, that's Oscar, sorry. When this gets near zero, we should be ready to open. So, you know, the guys will be telling that. We'll be sitting here as well. We're not going anywhere during the midday. So once this thing opens up, Neil and I will be looking at it. We'll see, man. The only other advice that I could have for anybody looking at a Klarna today, of course, we got out of some more Google up there. If you're looking to go short, that's also been a really popular play. So you're gonna have to pay for shorts, I would say. Most cases aren't gonna have shortable shares on day one. So ask your broker if they're available. We have them. I heard Neil just say that. So you know, make sure that we got to pay for them, but I'm sure it's not.
We do. I'm gonna check right now.
But make sure you do that, right? Dot your I's. Cross your T's. That's what it is.
Or the other way around.
Yeah, or you could do anything with your free hand right now. I mean, we signed up Tesla right now, 355 and ripping. Apparently, thank you, John Van Sowers, there for the comments on the great show. I was going to say I opened up my kid a bank account there, and I realized he asked for a signature, and my son just signed his, just printed his name. I was like, okay, I don't know, what age do you actually come up with a signature? I don't know. He's 13, so I think now he's going to be working on it.
Hold on a second. Anything is better than Obi's. I have to out Obi for this.
That's not his actual signature.
Yeah, I got Obi's autograph the other day, and he just scribbled that and told me that's what his signature was. And I'm like, first of all, if that's your signature, you have all kinds of issues, brother.
It just means you haven't signed much, I guess.
No, he obviously is not signing anything with that nonsense.
Like that Trump one. It's just
you can't remember that nonsense. Anyways, let's go over. It is 11 o'clock. We all think we're not going to see Klarna open until 12:30. Or after 12:30, I should say, but whenever it does, trust me, we'll be all over it, everybody. So have fun, be ready. It's going to be a good one. Take them away, Joey Options and the Professor.
Oh, it's that time.
Why do I hear myself in my?
Yeah, I literally